Today we're 100% speedrunning Marvel's Spider-Man. This includes 44 main missions, 16 side missions, 55 backpacks, 47 landmarks, 19 hideouts, 17 research stations, 11 Black Cat stakeouts, 12 pigeons, 16 Taskmaster challenges, and 165 crimes. And we get a little cutscene showing Pete's apartment. But finally, after like 2 minutes, we're actually gonna get to play as Spider-Man. First time we get to web swing, which is honestly one of the best parts of this game. Basically, only important things. We want to use our point launches a good amount to get some more momentum, and just pretty much always keep our momentum going to make sure we're going as fast as possible. So we decided to go help our police friend Yuri, and there's also our work calling us. No one cares about you, boss. I got Spider-Man duties to do, man. Either way, we'll head to this corner of this building because that will actually activate this cutscene, which we can skip. There's some cutscenes which you can skip and some that you can't. It's also going to teach us the general combat stuff like how to dodge and all that, but we just want to take these guys out in a couple combos. We can hit that guy right there, and there's a truck coming all the way towards these police cars. This is going to give us some more people. I can dodge them, use my web strikes to put him against... Okay, that didn't exactly put him against the truck, but that's fine. And our combat is pretty basic right now since we have nothing upgraded, but once we get more upgrades, it's going to get a lot faster and a lot better. Either way, we take care of these guys pretty quickly. Now we gotta go help over here. The thing about this is you want to stay pretty low to the ground and just keep your momentum up like this. It's kind of crazy how Spider-Man beats the racing police cars. That's how fast he's going. But we'll make it over to Fist Tower, where we get to finally see Yuri. And yeah, pretty much she tells us, all right, you can go do your thing. You can take care of these guys, because there's a lot of people shooting at us. And unfortunately, especially at the beginning of the game, there are a couple unskippable cutscenes, but later on we get to skip more, which will thankfully save time. Still though, this is pretty much just teaching you how to fight. It's teaching us about focus. Every time we do a combo, we get more focus, and we can use that to do finishing moves or healing ourselves up. But we're just gonna go from one to the next. I always web zip to the next person just to keep trying to go as fast as possible. Sometimes you can hit them in even one hit here. That guy just ragdolled. That was embarrassing. Oh, it actually damages us. We didn't get damaged enough by ourselves, so it had to damage us so it could tell us to use our focus to heal. That's pretty funny. Then while the police officers can't use the elevators because they're trash, I can because I'm Spider-Man, and I feel like that would be really hard to do. Spider-Man really got that strength, but Spider-Man really likes going through vents. I would feel very uncomfortable doing this. I don't know how he does this to himself. I guess he puts himself in greater danger than going through vents though. And then we can pop out one of those where we're just back to killing some more people. We can see these guys up here. We'll take care of them really quick. Meanwhile, we're calling our antmate. That guy's definitely dead. He just fell off a, like, how many story building? That guy's not alive anymore. Oh, we can also use our focus. It finally teaches us how to use finishers. And whenever we do a finisher, we want to jump before we do it. That's going to give you the fastest finisher animation. Otherwise, they sometimes take a bit. Now we're over at the server room, which I have to wait. All right, let me go, Spider-Man. I already know where I'm looking straight at it, all right? You just got to stop talking to yourself. And we'll just pop out of here where we get to see the server room. There's a couple people in here, and we only have 47 seconds until something happens. To be honest, I kind of forget what that is, but it's plenty enough time to kill these guys. They're not that strong. Then we'll go do our Spider-Man Hackerman stuff, skip that one, and see some more guys. This time it wants us to do an air launch and then yank him down onto his other enemies. Very sad for him, I'm not gonna lie. That would be very uncomfortable. I'm pretty sure it breaks your back, but I guess Spider-Man does not care at all. But we'll take care of that room. Then we coming out here where we see a big explosion. We can go webs up there. We get to see the police officers finally made it up here. Took you long enough, dude. But after we talk to them a little bit, we got to deal with this place, which is burning alive. Everybody's going to die here, at least if it wasn't for me. We'll come down here. We see a couple people getting crushed, but thankfully Spider-Man can somehow lift this up. Dude, move. Why are they not moving? Come on, guys. Like, I definitely lifted up enough so they could scoot their way out of there, but they wait until I lift it up all the way. I guess it's probably safer that way, to be fair, but, you know, look how much pain I'm in. And finally, after we're done with that, we get to go through yet another vent. Come out the other side, see a bunch of police officers literally doing nothing. You guys gotta help. I get there are explosions going on, but I'm going straight into the RPGs. You guys probably could as well. We'll dodge that guy, though, then kill this guy. I wish I had an RPG. Imagine if Spider-Man could use both his spider powers and the power of RPGs. Like, if they're using it against me, why can't I against them? Just use the non-lethal kind. But we'll take out those dudes. We gotta go through here. We can collapse that, and it's time for some parkour. On the other side, there's just gonna be a couple more dudes. There's just a lot of goons all around that we always have to fight. We will get very much faster at it as we get these upgrades. But there's the bomb squad. It turns out they're actually working for Fisk. So now we got to defeat them. What I can do for these shield guys is go under them and then do one of those. And for the regular guys, we're just beating them up like normal. Shield guy again, though, as I was saying, hit him with one of those and take out that guy as well. So now we can make it over to the door, where for some reason we talk to Yuri before we enter. I don't really care what Yuri thinks about. Hurry up, man. After a while, though, we finally open the door, see our boy Fisk, skip his cutscene since we don't really care about him, and we gotta web up these and then use them against him. So after they're webbed, we can go and throw them. I will do that if my webs recharge for this one as well. That will get rid of Fist protection. Then we have a very interesting combo we're gonna do. So first of all, I will hit that against him. Then what I want to do is go 1, 2, 3, dodge under, 1, dodge under, 1, 2, 3, dodge under, 1, dodge under, 1, 2, 3, dodge under, 1, dodge under. Sometimes I don't dodge under, mess it up a little bit, but generally this is the combo you want to do. And finally, that will get him into his next phase. We were destroying him. I don't know how he even picked us up. We could have kept that combo going for a while, but of course we have to have the scripted cutscene. And now it's time for pretty much the exact same thing, but this time he also has his goons here. So 1, 2, 3, dodge under, boom. And we're just gonna hope we don't get hit by these dudes. Sometimes you can get lucky with this, but other times he gets away. But if he does get away, what we can use is use the different terrain to hit him. If he doesn't keep being... All right, man, I'll just hit you with one of those finishers. You know, you gotta have a little bit of variety in Spider-Man, especially with these guys. Get out of my way, guards. I'm just trying to fight him. I don't care about you guys. And there we go. Okay, that's going to be the cutscene. And now it's just an unskippable cutscene. We were destroying this man, but now our suit is all tattered up. Everything's going wrong, and we have a very romantic cutscene as we fight each other. Like, there's some crazy things that happen here. We hit him off here. You can feel a bunch of tension going through, but we save him from actually dying, and we deliver our iconic line.
So, should we kiss now?
I told you, it was romantic. So that means we actually put away Fisk, and yeah, feels pretty good, but now we have to go to our actual job after we look at the skill tree. I'm not going to upgrade anything just yet because it doesn't really matter too much, but we'll be on our way as we got to go to our boss. I do wonder, canonically, how long we were fighting Fists, because our boss wanted us there a while ago. But we'll just swing our way over to the lab, enter in right here where there's going to be a cutscene we skip, and then basically our demonstration went terribly, so now we have to actually fix this robot arm. But we have certain options that let us skip these puzzles. So like right here, instead of doing the puzzle, you can see there are a couple things that failed. I'm just going to press R1 and we're already done with it. Just saves us some time, even though it is kind of cheap, but hey, it's an option in the game. We're gonna take it. We're just speedrunning. And we finished that in literally 2 seconds, so feels pretty good. Now we can test the arm, just move it slightly, and that's good enough for me. It's probably good enough, you know? I feel like it is. And then we'll also go check on this project as well, which this is a different type of puzzle that we also won't be doing. We can just skip that, and after that, we're good to go. And yeah, after being at our work for literally a single minute, we're already leaving because I don't really like working. I don't care if I get paid for this. That isn't my problem. We're on our way. So we'll start heading over to the next thing where Yuri is calling us again. Yuri wants us to go head over to the police station. Don't worry, these swings are gonna get a lot more interesting once the game's collectibles start opening up. Oh, we also get to listen to JJJ's podcast. Probably the best part of this game. It's one of my favorites. They better have this in Spider-Man 2. The unfortunate part is for the speedrun, because we're going too fast, we barely will even get to listen to him. But you know, he's still a good addition. Now we're gonna talk to Yuri in this cutscene we skip, and she's gonna tell us that we have to fix the crime towers, which again, it's a puzzle that we can just skip. Feels pretty good. But that's going to give us the map of the entire surrounding area, and it's also gonna show us where all the crimes and different stuff we have to collect is. This is only going to be this area though, so we will have to get more of these as we go through the run. First off, we'll go over to this break-in. Bunch of idiots that think they can break in somewhere while Spider-Man's right by them. And for these guys, whenever they have like a crowbar, what we have to do is an air launch. That way they can't block our attacks. But yeah, just some more general beating them up. It really is unfair how good I am at air attacks. What are they supposed to do when they're in the air? But there they go. And now we'll start heading over to our next crime. That also gives us a crime token, and we can use that to upgrade some stuff. Now the next crime is going to be straight over here where there's a bunch of criminals just harassing this random woman. But we'll start heading over to these dudes, and one thing you'll notice is this time they got a big guy. So for the big guys, you either have to web them up or hit them with a surrounding thing. Like take one of these. I just threw him. Oh gosh, he's dead. I meant to throw that at him. I didn't realize he was webbed up. He is definitely not alive anymore. Then we got to save this lady. He's got a gun to her head, but then he just removes it when we use our web thing. Dude was lying completely about using that. But anyways, see you later, lady. Except it doesn't just let me leave her randomly. We have to talk to her again. I don't really care. care what you have to say. And yeah, now we're heading over to our next crime tower. We'll get 3 of these in this section, where basically you have to get these ones, and the other ones we have to find by ourselves. So same old, completely skipping the puzzle. And it's going to show us where a backpack is, which is another collectible. We can press R3 to see where backpacks are around us, or we can look at the map once we open up that area. And then we also want to head over and get a couple more while we're here. There's a robbery going on, but I got to collect my old high school stuff. All right, Yuri, this is more important than your robbery. And again, before I go to the robbery, we're going all the way up to that tower. It says I'm leaving the mission, but thankfully we can go just far enough for this to be fine. So we'll go up there, grab this one. Thank you very much. And now I guess we can head over to the crime. I'd rather be looking for backpacks, but I guess sometimes you got to be Spider-Man. And this is one of my favorite crimes, where they hold up a store, because it's just so easy to beat everybody. They try to shoot me, probably the most pathetic thing I've ever seen. And the nice thing is they're all in this single place, so they're really easy to take out. Like, I can take out multiple at the same time, easy. But with some of these crimes, there's also going to be cars that come after. So I'm going to see these guys. I'll just web them to the car because they're idiots. Then we'll hit this guy. Accidentally didn't do a jumping one. You can see why it's slightly longer. And we'll take care of that guy as well. Nice and easy. And now it's time to get our third crime tower. We'll grab this one. This is going to be the one for Chinatown. Give us a little bit more area. Shows us some more backpacks and stuff, just like usual. You already know. But for now, we're not going to worry about backpacks because we're going back to the lab. Right now, our Spider-Man suit is completely destroyed, so it's probably a good idea, not gonna lie. And on the way, we can get a couple more towers. So I will take this one really quick. In the middle of talking to this guy, I have more important things to do than talk to you, man. I don't really care about you that much. Then we will also head back. Might as well get this backpack, which this one is going to be the Oscorp Visitor Pass. What an amazing company. That's not going to be evil at all. We can also head through here. On our way, there's going to be this backpack, which is kind of hard to get to because it's in between a bunch of things, but we get it right there. And might as well also get this tower on the way. Pretty much just collecting things because we're gonna have to get them sooner or later. And the towers are definitely the nicest because also once fast travel is unlocked, we can use them for that. So more than anything, I want the towers, but I'll also take the backpacks and all that when they're on the way. Like this one, which, hey, look, a pizza delivery at. Oh, and there's also a crime. So whenever there's a crime here, we are gonna wanna go and do it. There's like 165 crimes we have to do, and most of them we're gonna do it a single time, but when we can do one, we might as well take it. Now, it doesn't really matter to get any of the bonus objectives, it just matters to take care of it. So we'll get rid of these guys and continue on our way back over to the lab. And every time we go in the lab, we get this nice cutscene where Pete's like, oh yeah, let me fix my hair. And I mean, makes sense. You don't want Otto to know that you're Spider-Man, which, by the way, our boss's name is Dr. Otto Octavius. Probably should have mentioned that. Anyways, it is time to fix our suit in a cutscene that we're just gonna skip, and we end up passing out. And then Octavius actually sees our suit and makes some upgrades to it himself. So we can get this new suit, which is gonna be the advanced one. And that also gives us a new power, which is called Battle Focus. And yeah, we got a new suit, feeling pretty good, not gonna lie. At this point, now we're gonna head to East because the next thing that is going to show up is going to a Fisk hideout. Even though Fisk is put away, there's still gonna be hideouts throughout the place, which basically give him money, which he can use for lawyers and stuff like that. We don't want him to have a good defense, you know, he doesn't deserve it. So we're getting rid of all of his money income. I mean, to be fair, this is also illegal stuff that's going on, so you can't really blame us too much. We also get another message from Doc, who's gonna make us a new spider gadget. So we have to get this one. It's gonna be the impact web, which is pretty good. We're not gonna use it too much, especially once we get a better gadget, but for now, we can use it, might as well. Like on this guy, I will bring out the gadget wheel, and we can just get rid of that guy. But after that, I don't really care. I'm not trying to be stealthy at all. I'm just trying to kill people. So we will try to web them to the walls as much as possible, and also do some finishers when we can. That will give us some of the bonus objectives, which will help us level up, so we might as well do these right now. And in these, there are going to be waves. So you have to go through multiple of these waves to get to the end. We'll put that guy on the wall. And yeah, as soon as you kill a certain amount of the people, new guys will come through. It also teaches us how to use our suit power, which is battle focus. Now what this does is it's going to keep giving us more of our focus so we can do more finishers like on these guys. Thank you very much. I'll put you to the wall, put you to the wall as well. That's also going to give us some bonus objectives, so I will take those. And there are always just going to be 6 waves that we have to deal with, so get out of here, dude. Oh, that guy just fell off the building. He's probably dead. It's okay. No one really cared about that guy anyways. was. Probably didn't have a wife and kids. There we go. That's Fisk Hideout number 1 done. We've killed a lot of people already in this speedrun, and we're gonna kill a lot more. This is a long speedrun. You know, maybe they technically don't die. They're dead. Let's be honest with ourselves. But it's gonna show us where all the other Fisk construction sites are. But for now, we're not gonna worry about those until we get better attacks. Once we get our upgrades, it's going to be a lot easier to do these. So yeah, we'll just wait till over there. And while we're heading over to the next thing, we might as well pick up this backpack, which this one is gonna be our failed prototype. It literally just looks like glue. Then we can head straight over to this, where what we're gonna do now is equip our camera and take pictures, which is gonna be our landmarks. We'll wait a second until that's good. We gotta take this other picture, but that's gonna show us where all the landmarks are. Then I'm gonna take this second one, and now we can head over towards Feast. On the way, taking some pictures of things like this. We gotta make sure that that's in frame, and we'll take a couple towers, but we do want to be generally by Feast after a little bit. We'll take this backpack right by here, right by this beautiful picture of Black Cat. Best girl. But I'm just saying. But yeah, this is our time to pretty much do anything because we have to wait and do Spidey stuff until the next mission shows up. So we can get this backpack. That's going to be our arm webs. Half of these backpacks, I have no idea what they're supposed to be. I'm going to be honest. Like, what is an arm web? I guess just a prototype or something we've used once. Why is it in a backpack? And also, why do we own so many backpacks in general? Like, why have we placed these all around the city? Kind of a weird thing to do, but I guess we're Spider-Man, so we can do whatever we want. Now, there is a crime over there, so I will get that. I want to take a picture of that first, though. You know, just got to do some photography before I save some lives. Normal stuff. Feast also has called me, so after we're done with this, we'll work on that. We got to save a couple of these people. We'll get this person out of the car, and then next, we have to look for the next person, which is going to be over here. So we'll go and lift this car up, which these people are so annoying. Look, you can get out of there, dude. Hurry up. I've lifted up this entire car. He's sitting there. Move. What if it falls on you? I hate these people. And that's going to be a nice and easy crime. Sometimes you have to fight some people along with that, but this time we got pretty lucky. Ooh, and another crime on our way. We love to see those. It's just so nice to see crimes because if we don't get them now, it's really annoying to do how many crimes we have to do later in the run. And we'll move ourselves straight over to Feast, where we can see our Aunt May and another important character, Martin Lee. Now, what Feast is, it's basically a homeless shelter, so pretty great project, but it is run by a kind of shady guy who is Martin Lee. We could talk to him right now, but I don't really care what he has to say. And like usual, we come one place for a single minute and leave. That's just kind of the Spider-Man thing to do. That was our Aunt May's birthday party, but of course, there's stuff to do with Spider-Man. I don't really care that much about my Aunt May. I'm sure she's fine. She'll get over me skipping her birthday, especially because this is kind of more important. But there will be a couple things we do on the way, and first, actually, what I want to do is get a different suit. We're going to get the original suit, and what that's going to do is it's going to allow us to have a new power, the Web Blossom, which is really OP. And then we can also take a couple of these. We'll get an extra web zip. We'll get this point launch boost, and we'll increase the damage and range of our web spike, and that'll be all the points we have for now. So now we're a lot faster just because of those couple of upgrades. It'll really help our swinging a lot, and we'll also take another one of these towers. We'll take a picture of that and head over and get these. There's always more collectibles, but it feels so good once they start disappearing from your map. It starts out really overwhelming, but soon they will be done. We'll take that spider tracer, and we see a crime. I'm always going to take a crime. It looks like this is a car crime, so they're driving around. Don't mind if I also drive with you. Please, game. The game's supposed to let you latch onto it. There we go. Now we just have to react to where these people are going to be. Go over to that side and press square. So next person over to the right, we'll take care of him as well. And then last person should be this way, which is going to be the driver. We pull him out of the car and then do this really stylish way of stopping it. Probably puts a lot more damage to this car than we needed to, but you know, not really my problem. And yeah, that's that crime. Now on here, we can get a couple more of these. We'll get Times Square really quick, which this feels pretty empty for Times Square. I'm pretty sure in real life, Times Square would be much more busy right now. I guess I don't know what time it is. The only time I've ever been to Times Square, it was incredibly busy. And we can also get this Radio City Music. Now we want to go to the center of this park. This is going to have a couple towers we have to get, and it's also going to have a pretty cool mission that I really like. So we'll go get this one. While we're here, take that picture, get this backpack. That one's going to be our wrestling flyer. Looks pretty good. Isn't that from like when Spider-Man originally started because he started as a wrestler, or at least in some of the movies. I don't know if that's the canonical event in this one. Aunt May, I don't care. I'm never going to your party again. I got Spider-Man stuff to do. Swinging in the park is one of the most annoying things because you don't have a ton of buildings to swing off of. That one will give us some more space, and we can see a backpack right back here, which is going to be our portable game device. Is that like a PSP? I'm pretty sure that's what that's supposed to be. Oh, and a crime right here. I will take that. Love to see these crimes. And I can show you Web Blossom. What we get to do with this is we use it. It webs up everybody around us. Doesn't take out everybody in one shot, but we literally only had to hit one person after that. And after we deal with those guys, now we can head over to this mission, which, yeah, time for Birdwatch Girl. So after talking to her for a while, she tells us we got to go over to the castle. She was looking for birds. There's some suspicious stuff going on. And she's also going to be our assist. Like, she'll tell us where to go as she's watching for birds, and I guess also for villains now. Meanwhile, we do all the hard work, but, you know, she's helping. We appreciate her. And there's going to be people who have guns here, so time to take care of them. Like usual, these guys are idiots. I don't know how they think that their really small group could take care of Spider-Man. I fought way bigger groups than this dude. And that guy's up on the ceiling. He climbed up there only to come back down. Did he just climb up again? Dude is like the most nimble man I've ever seen in my life. But after we deal with those guys, we can go over to this fist laptop. And then a bird goes and takes the flash drive that we had. So now we have to use the help of Stephanie to go get this bird. So we'll try to go towards the bird, and then they all start flying away, and we got to keep following them. Now, you actually can't yank any of them out of the sky until we make it to a certain point. So for right now, we just have to kind of sit here. But eventually, once we cross over this building, very soon, we can start getting... Please, I could have got one, but I accidentally didn't press the right things. That was embarrassing. Okay, there we go. We can finally get one of those. We'll get that one first, but it's not going to have the drive. Then we can yank his second one. And that one is going to have the drive. Or maybe it's not. Okay, usually the second one does. Okay, we'll yank you out of the sky. Of course, it had to be the third one. Not too far away from the fist hideout either, so it's okay. Now we'll go place this in there. They're uploading a worm to the Central Park system or something like that. And now we have to fight a bunch of people and take them out before their upload is complete. So there's these couple of guys we want to take out first. Just surprise them really quickly. I really don't like their electric swords. They're annoying, man. Just use regular weapons. You don't have to use the power of electricity on me. Now after that one, next one is going to be straight over here. I don't want to use my Web Blossom here because there's going to be a really good point to use it later. You'll see in a second. But there goes these guys, nice and easy. Stephanie, I like her as our cheerleader, you know? Every time she's like, you're doing a really good job. But we'll deal with the third people. We still got plenty of time. There's a bomb right there. I saved that guy for the bomb. I shouldn't have done that. But there goes those guys. Now I want to set my sights over here because now we have to go save Stephanie. On the way, we can take another picture. Might as well get that one. It's pretty nice. So we're going straight over back to this roof entrance, but we don't want to go towards her. We want to go towards these doors where we'll use a Web Blossom, and it takes care of like all these people. There are a couple left, but that's why we really wanted to save it. We literally just have to hit that one other guy, and now we can talk to Stephanie and end this first side mission. So thank you very much, Bird Girl. I appreciate it. I really want to get away from her. I'm trying to walk away. It's not letting me. I don't care about your bird details, man. But after a bit of talking, we can finally head out. Never see you again, dude. And at this point, it is finally time to go over to our mission. Oh, we'll also take that picture. I do recognize it just because I've played this game a bunch of times before. So I know that's one, even though we can't see the symbol, and we'll come down through here. But we are now in a museum, which we got to crawl through because there are a bunch of evil villains here. I guess you don't have to say evil villains. Are there non-evil villains? I guess they can have like a good reason of doing what they're doing. But anyways, we're going to head through here. First guy, it's going to teach us how to be stealthy. So we want to aim this towards the floor. We'll shoot right there. This guy, after sitting there for a second, he finally notices it. And we can go and grab him with a perch takedown. This is probably going to be awful. Probably not a comfortable thing, but I guess that's what they get for a life of villainy. Then next one, we're going to do a vent takedown, which this guy is now stuck in that vent. Is anyone ever going to find him? I'm not sure. I don't really care. Then for this, we don't want to be careful, even though it tells us to, because if we're fast enough, it doesn't matter. We can just go through here. Even though they did notice me, because we were just fast enough, we don't have to worry about him at all. Kind of hilarious, not gonna lie. People are also dying, maybe slightly less hilarious. But now we see that these guys are danger. We can't take care of them stealthily. So if we want to be stealthy, we got to use a distraction. We can scan our environment, aim it towards here, and use our web shooter, which is going to distract that guy, making this guy safe to take out. We can use one of these where we're just going to put him in this cocoon, and then we go straight for this guy. He was like kicking that box or something. What a weirdo. But there we go, and now we can head over here, see a camera, and it reminds us of our ex-girlfriend, Mary Jane. And this is where we get our first MJ MJ section. Of course, we're skipping what she has to talk about. And then we're also going to restart from the last checkpoint because that skips a long walking section. And now we can go straight over here, talk to this lady, and also aim our camera at this thing. I don't really care about it. I'm here for more of the juicy details. Oh yeah, by the way, this place is owned by Fisk, so we're trying to scope out if there's some illegal stuff going on. And that's why MJ is talking about, oh, did you notice he doing anything shady? You know, not being the most subtle about it, but it's fine. Next, we take this picture of this really weird piece. And this is a really long section where you can't really do much. I like standing up right next to her, maybe taking a couple pictures. You know, I'm here more for you. I don't care about the paintings. It also is really funny when you take a picture, her eyes go crazy. Look at that. That's terrifying. But we'll take a picture of these guys before we go nice up and personal. How you doing? Oh yeah, beautiful pictures right there. Now she's like, all right, just take your last picture. I'm tired of dealing with you talking about this stuff. You know, we already have many beautiful pictures of you, but I guess we could take more. And I like doing a bit of spinning, you know? I like making her think I'm as weird as possible. It's just me being weird, you know? I'm not trying to figure out anything. But she gets a phone call, and while that happens, we see a statue, and we're like, hey, that's a pretty cool statue. So we'll take a picture of that, and then we're running straight to the bathroom. And then we'll just stand here for a little bit. Just kind of chilling. But finally, we get to pretend to go into the bathroom. Meanwhile, we got to get in that office because she is finding out we're not the photographer that she thought we were. And now we got to escape from her and make sure we don't get caught. So I will go through here. She probably won't catch me. Excuse me. There we go. We'll go through that one first. Then we'll head over here. You can see her bar's kind of filling up, but she also is really bad at her job. Well, wait a second. See, let that go down. And there we go. Don't mind me. Just going in this door. Just before she was able to see me. We'll also restart the checkpoint right here so we can get through this faster. She definitely saw me there, but I guess she wasn't worrying about it. We'll take a look at this. We'll rotate it so we can see its stuff along with this one really quick. That way we can see the configuration that the statue has to be in. So we'll put that down. We'll put this up. Put that hand up, move him there, and close his jaw, which opens his hand really quick. Then we can head over here because we saw that something needs to be in his hand. So we will take this one, and then we place that in his hand, which does everything we need it to do. So that's going to give us some secret information. We're not too worried about it. We're skipping that cutscene, and we're back to being Peter. Now, MJ is going to try to escape, but not before we do just a little bit of light flirting. Yeah, they really want to be back together. I don't know why they broke up. Well, I do know why they broke up. We'll get into that later. Anyways, we got to make sure that MJ doesn't die. So first of all, I'm going straight through here. See ya, dude. And okay, I messed that up. I went a little too fast. Okay, she might have got shot. Anyways, as I was saying, see ya, dude. There we go. Now we take care of these people. You know, she only got shot in that dimension. In this dimension, she's fine. And as long as we take these people out fast enough, we are completely fine. We'll take care of that guy as well. Completely collapse that thing. Then we get this cutscene where MJ is getting dragged away. We got to go save her. We got to deal with these people. So we'll do one of those. Web Blossom, like usual, really nice when there's a bunch of people around. There will be some other powers we use in the future for certain situations, but in general, Web Blossom is usually going to be the best one. So after taking out a couple of those people, this guy comes in with some really weird weapon. It's glowing some powers and stuff. He uses that to try to hit us. Kind of embarrassing that it missed that badly, but we don't have to talk about that. And we'll just do an air launch to take care of this guy. Nice and easy. Now there's going to be some more people coming through these doors. I'm just going to web him to the wall. Look at that. He seems so comfy on that door right now. He's probably not uncomfortable at all. But then these guys will come through. You do have to wait a second. Otherwise, okay, I didn't wait long enough. Otherwise, they just don't get affected by it. Doesn't really make sense. But that's going to be all those guys dead. And yeah, we're done with that part. So some more cutscenes, us taking a mask because we want to go check it out. MJ getting talked to. She kind of brushes it off. It doesn't matter. And then we have a little date, except it's not a date, you know, kind of like a friend date. And we decide to be friends again and work together. So yeah, Pete's feeling pretty good. He finally gets to talk to her again. And at this point, time for our next boss fight. We will grab a couple backpacks like usual. There's part of the shocker suit. Actually, perfect timing because we're doing the shocker mission. I wonder if they planned that. Probably. They probably knew you would go past it. We also might as well take this crime a little bit out of the way, but I will always take crimes when I see them. And it's also by a backpack, so we can get that as well. But first of all, we got these couple of people. You already know what we're doing. See you later, guys. That was embarrassing. That was all it took. You guys should be better criminals. And also this backpack on the top of this building. We put these in some weird places, but that's going to be our college thesis. I don't know why we don't just have that in Google Docs or something. Why do we even have it printed out and put in a backpack for us to find? Oh, but Oh, that is so nice. Another one of these crimes. We are getting super lucky crime luck right now. We don't have our web blossom back, which kind of sucks, but I will take any crimes I can see. Crimes are pretty random when they show up right now, but there is a way once we get later in the game where we can make them show up when we want them to. But I'll explain that when we're much later into the run. For now, another backpack right here. Gotta go on the wall. That's gonna be our knuckle duster. We should start using that. You know, that'll take care of criminals even better. And while we're going through this park, oh, how is that not good enough of a picture? Okay, it's because I had to get that statue. I guess that wasn't that good of a picture, but there we go. Another landmark and another crime. Thank you very much, game. Oh, I love to see all these crimes. Probably not something I should say, but this is also nice because they're in this building, which means we can use Web Blossom, take care of so many of them at the same time. What are they getting held up by? The chandeliers? Okay, anyways. And now finally, after a bit longer, it's time to deal with Shocker. He's doing some criminal stuff. Apparently, he stopped in the past, but now he's back to being a jerk. Unfortunately for him, I'm also Spider-Man. So yeah, it's not gonna work out too well for you. Now what we're gonna wanna do is actually take this path. We don't wanna directly follow him because we can ambush him when we're on this way. So we'll just go a little bit further and you will see right here, game, okay, that wasn't exactly what was supposed to happen. Game, can I please get my thing? It's being really weird with these triangles today, but that only loses a little time. It's not too much of a problem, especially for how long of a speedrun this is. It's not gonna affect us too much. Now, next one, we'll hope this one is a little bit cleaner. I also don't know how we're talking to him right now. Like, do we both have walkie-talkies? We're just like, hey man, how you doing? Over. And he's like, well, I'm trying to escape from you. Over. But come on, just get close enough. Let me take you out, man. And there we go. Game. But finally, after a bit, we take him out. Okay, that's exactly what we needed. And we can also skip this cinematic, nice and easy. Say goodbye to Shocker. We don't care about your life at all. And now we want to go a little bit southwest because there's going to be this tower right over here. MJ's trying to talk to us. We start, but I also don't really care what you have to say if I'm going to be completely honest. You already broke up with me, all right? You're making this awkward. But she asks us for a favor and she wants to go check it out with Martin Lee. But we'll head straight over to Feast after doing some more light flirting. We're finally getting back together with our girlfriend, at least Peter's hoping. And we get to have a spider snack. Just eating a bagel while scrolling Twitter. But after that, now it's time to talk to Martin Lee. We just really had to see all the hate comments we had on Twitter. It was bad, man. They're like, wow, Spider-Man keeps knocking people off of buildings. Maybe he should stop murdering all these people. I don't listen to them. I just like reading them. But now we'll talk to Martin Lee. He gets a little scared about the mask. He's like, oh, you probably shouldn't check that out. You know, not suspicious at all. And we tell MJ about that. So after a bit of call of that, we did have to walk there, by the way. It doesn't let you run. But now we can make it right back out of Feast because we really only like staying in places. Maybe not even a minute, like 30 seconds. But all right, now it's lab time. We're heading back to the lab. Or at least we're heading over towards the lab and we're going to do Spidey stuff over there. Like we might as well get the tower by the lab and we can also see if we can get some crimes, backpacks, all that sort of stuff. Oh, but there's a crime right there. I appreciate it, right by campus. And I got my web blossom, so yeah, kind of embarrassing for them. They were just attacking. All those people were attacking a single person. That's pathetic, man. At least make it a 1v1. And there's one person I forgot about. Oh, they're coming through with the bar, but they're also getting taken out in one hit. All right, you're welcome. Now we'll get this tower right by the auto place and we get to see some more backpacks, stuff like that. But another backpack right here, our prom flower. Everything Spider-Man sees, it just reminds him of MJ. Kind of a sad life. Anyways, Otto is finally talking to us. He's like, hey, you got to be at your job. And we're like, dude, I never want to be at my job. We actually hate our job. We're never there. I guess to be fair, when you could be Spider-Man, that's a lot more fun than working. So I can't really blame Pete too much. But before we head over to the lab, we might as well get this backpack. I'll go web zip up here. That's going to be a classic web shooter. Kind of looks archaic. And finally, we'll actually get to work. We're not that late to work, to be fair. So we head in the lab. We see that Otto's working, trying to perfect his stuff, and we leave right away, just like usual. Do we get paid for this? I don't even know. We don't deserve to get paid for this, that's for sure. Oh, wait, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, basically what happened there is our funding just got destroyed. So yeah, we no longer have funding for our work, and that's kind of unlucky. But, you know, we'll work on that later. For now, we got to go do some research stations. So we can see there are a bunch bunch of research stations all around, and we're going to start with this one. Now, basically what these research stations are is they're basically a bunch of missions where we're helping out our friend Harry. He can't be here to watch over them, but we got to make sure that these research stations survive. And that's because his mom helped work on them, and you know, she's kind of dead. So we're trying to make sure that her legacy doesn't just go away. And for this one, what we have to do is get a lot of the pollution that's in the air. We got to find these different particles, and we'll just go and grab them. You can see there are these dark smoke clouds, which you don't normally see when you're playing the game. I don't know where they're coming from. Maybe they're just always there and we just choose to ignore them. But you do have to be pretty specific to actually get in them. Like for this one, we'll go straight through there. Now we just need one more. And finally, we get done. How did that not grab that? Okay, I guess we'll grab this one instead. If the game... Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. That's going to be the last one, finally. Now we have to find their sources, which are going to be a couple of cars, so we just got to photograph those. First one right here. Probably looks creepy that I'm just taking pictures of their car. Also, you could not see that car at all. Okay, that was so... Like, that was not a good picture. It barely shows the car, but I guess it works. I can just imagine the research people being like, what is this supposed to... Is it this car in front of that one? And we're like, no, it's the one behind. And they're like, we can barely see it. What are you talking about? I'm just like, don't you see? Come on, man. Anyways, last one gonna be right here. It's not off center, okay? It's good enough, I think. But that is going to be that research station. Getting it done pretty easy. So now Oscorp isn't gonna be able to get rid of the research station. And yeah, that's pretty much just what we want to do. But now we have to deal with Shocker again because he escaped. These police officers are terrible at their jobs. But you know, it is what it is. And I guess it's not too much of their fault because he did have help from the inside. We can't blame him too much. I'm still going to, though, because I'm the one who has to clean up this mess. Anyways, we'll take that picture of the Daily Bugle as we're heading straight over here. Now, for this one, I might as well get these backpacks and stuff first. Like, I'll get this picture. I feel, hey, that's a perfect picture. What are you talking about? If you take that car picture, how are you not going to take that one? Let's be honest. But all right, it's fine. We'll take that backpack, too. That's our apartment application. The apartment, which, by the way, we're about to lose, but we'll see that in just a second. Anyways, might as well actually deal with Shocker now. So we'll head straight over into this bank. We see Shocker stealing some stuff. We don't really care about that. And now it's time to fight him. So what we have to do to beat him up is throw stuff at him and hopefully not get hit. Dude, can you not destroy my stuff? I'm trying to use that to throw at you. But there we go. We'll hit him with a couple of those. Hit him with a nice combo. Nice and easy. He'll go back to that thing. And we got to find something else to throw at him. So there we go with that one. Straight back to him. Doing a couple more hits. We got to dodge that attack. Throw something at him. You don't have enough time to go straight at it. But if you dodge one attack, you should be fine. And that's going to be his first phase done. Now we got a short cutscene where we're taking him out. Webbing him together. Trying to get him to stop. But Shocker's going to get out. It was a little bit too weak. And now he's going to be even more powerful. Maybe should have dealt with him a little bit better, but he's going to throw that at us. I got to find some stuff I can throw at him. Game, can you please give me something to throw? Okay, this usually does something. There we go. It's going to be right there. While he's doing that attack, we can hit him with one of those, then get him with a couple more attacks. And right away, if we're fast enough, we should be able to get that perfect. Exactly what we wanted. And is there more stuff? This isn't going to be fast enough, probably. Oh, you should have threw it. That's fine, though. We can throw that one. Okay, that definitely hit him, game. Well, we can throw that one, and now we're going straight back into this, doing another cutscene. And he's going to also destroy some of the bars of this place. We're completely destroying this bank. We do not care at all. But I guess this is a supervillain, so it's kind of fair enough. You know, we're trying to save people. Now, what we have to do is pull down these things in between his blasts, which is kind of specific to make sure it happens. You got to be a little bit fast, but there we go. That was perfect. This is going to go collapse this entire thing on him. Unluckily, he's not able to escape in time, and now he's just kind of trapped. So after beating him twice, now Shocker is finally done for. We don't got to worry about him anymore. And while the police deals with all the things that I just did to this area, like I completely destroyed this area, I'm going to go straight over here, and we'll go to a research station. Now, we're just going to open that research station because we actually want to go to a specific place. Now, we want to head all the way over to the west because we're going to prepare for another mission we have to do. On the way, we will grab this research station, and this one is one we'll actually do. So we'll see inside here. We can access this console, and see a pretty interesting mission. Now for this one, there's a bunch of data that's overflowing, and we got to make sure that it doesn't just die. I don't know why it's always so convenient. It always happens immediately when we get there instead of too soon or too late. But you know, it works out, and now we can do this mission, which is pretty fun because you just get to swing around. We just want to find the next point. We can see it over to that red one and connect them with the green laser. Now we grab this one where then we can go up there. And yeah, you pretty much get what we're doing at this point. But finally, after a bit of connecting, we have now got it over to where it needs to go, and we can save all the data. Not really hard at all. We did have a time limit. Wasn't that hard to get through. And then, of course, we could be the best puzzle solver of all time. You already know me. So, hey, that's going to be our next research station done. So now we can keep heading on our way. And at this point, Yuri wants us to look into something. There's some demon versus fist stuff that we have to deal with. I don't know why you would still be following Fisk now that he's in jail, but I guess everybody has their own prerogative. And we will get another tower on the way, might as well. Then we're pretty much just heading straight over to this area, getting some backpacks on the way, you already know. Oh, and half the crime towers are back. Yeah, Yuri, it's because I need my map, okay? It's because I'm stealing your stuff. And I also need this vulture jammer. And also, before we go straight over to the mission, we might as well get this research station as well. Now, this is a research station I really like, and it actually leads us straight into the next mission. So basically what's happening here is a bunch of the fish near our places are dying. And what we have to do is get rid of these barrels so we have them not die. So we'll just throw these out of the way. I feel like these aren't the most precise throws. Some of these could land back in the ocean, but I guess I trust Spider-Man. He probably knows what he's doing, even if I don't really. Thankfully, all these barrels just show up on our map, so we can just get them straight out of here. And there are people cleaning. How about you clean these barrels out? All right, guys. I guess it's not their job, to be fair. But you see all these fish, you know, we're saving them. And now what we want to do is use this vaccine on the fish. After we clean out the barrels, now this will actually heal them. And for people who actually know how, like, marine life works, would this actually work in real life? Maybe, but it feels like they've probably been contaminated for so long. I wonder how well it would work. But, hey, Spider-Man knows what he's doing. He's way smarter than I am, to be fair. Now we want to head up here. We can just web zip there because there is going to be another backpack. I will grab that one. Thank you for the lizard blood. And now we got some more barrels because this entire place, who is throwing these barrels? Like, why are there just so many barrels in the ocean? Why can't you guys be better? But just like usual, we take care of the barrels first, then it's time for vaccine. Also, it sucks to swing in the water because it's sometimes hard to grab onto something. It's kind of like the park, but we're still able to get it done. Just 2 more. I'm mostly just looking on the map during this, I'm not gonna lie, but that's going to be all the fish. Now we go over here, we can scan the fish. They look pretty green to me, but maybe that's a good thing. Yeah, I don't know, maybe we started a new outbreak. Those fish are not supposed to be green, dude, I'm just saying. Anyways, not really our problem. We did what we could, and now we're going straight over to this place, which is pretty funny because it turns to night, and then also we start our mission immediately. So yeah, you can probably see why we decided to do that mission. Puts us in the perfect spot. So now there's a bunch of Fisk's men all trying to protect this building, but I'm Spider-Man, so this isn't going to be too hard to deal with. We want to be kind of stealthy at first because you can one-shot these people, but that didn't work for too long. Hey, we one-shot a couple people at least, and there's some more we can get. These guys are not the best at their jobs. I'm not going to lie. Oh, also, this is the perfect time to get a new gadget, the spider drone. Spider drone, insane in this game. We can just put these out and then they randomly shoot people. We don't even have to control them. They do their thing by themselves. Probably the best damaging weapon we can get, and we're going to be using them a lot throughout this run. Especially once we can upgrade them, they're going to be really good. But I can just go along with my drones. How did those guys not notice me until then? Anyways, they finally take out that guy. Time for a cutscene where we get to see our boy, and we're going to work with Officer Davis to get inside this building. It's kind of the boys, I'm not going to lie, and we're going to go straight through the top. Then we want to let our boy Officer Davis in, so we're kind of just standing here. He looks really weird when he's green. Hey, man. You trying to answer me? Now we have to look at this junction box, but we don't have anything electric. So our boy gives us a taser, which gives us a new type of web. And this web is going to be really important. So we can grab the taser, and now we can get the electric web, which we can use on a bunch of stuff like right here. I'll just go and shock this guy. That's going to break the circuit and open up the door for Officer Davis. Now we got to find some more junction boxes. That way we can actually go through these doors. One is going to be right here, and that's going to allow him to open this place up. Unfortunately, not really anything important here, so it was all for nothing. But hey, we're on their trail. That's the important part. Now we got to go find some more scrapes on the floor, and that's going to tell us where to go. So we're going to head upwards because straight over here, we can see some scrapes. Thank you very much. And now we got to get Officer Davis over here. So we're going to pull him. He unfortunately can't go up the elevator because, you know, no power. So we're doing this. Surely not dangerous at all. Surely could not have caused something bad. But now we get to see Jeff being so cool. Just watch this jump. All right, you ready for it? Here he goes. Let's go. Yeah. All right, that was impressive, not gonna lie. And after we wait just a bit longer, this has to turn on. And finally it turns on. It's kind of funny how you just have to wait for it, but that's going to give the electricity, so we can head over here. Dude, you trying to open up this door? Jeff? Yeah, he takes a while. He's kind of confused for a second, but finally Jeff does his job. We can go in here, and again, there's nothing. Now there's going to be one more, which we have to open that up and hope that this power turns on. Oh, okay, did it a little too soon. We'll pull it up again, and this time the power will be on, and we can use that. Now that's going to open up a secret passage in the floor. And Jeff's kind of lazy. He doesn't want to do this by himself, so we have to help him. I guess I'll help, dude. So we lift it up together, yet again, the boys. Skip that cinematic, of course, and now we have to make it through this area. We can do some web crawling. Meanwhile, he has to actually crawl. Kind of sucks. Imagine not being Spider-Man. Couldn't be me. But we'll just generally make it through this section while everything is collapsing on us. This is incredibly dangerous. And we gotta go check out the vault. Hopefully the villains are still there. Oh, they're not. Unlucky. So whatever. I'm just going straight through this door. Jeffs, please stop talking to me. I'm just waiting here. There we go. Thank you, Jeff. And now it is time for some more fighting, where we use our spider drones yet again. We're also gonna use our web blossom. Both of them together makes very quick work of all these people. And the nice thing is, if we only use the spider drones, they're going to be the only thing that replenish. Meanwhile, if you use a bunch of other things, then you have to deal with everything replenishing. So I want to stick to only spider drones, at least for now. For certain fights, we might use other stuff, but for this one, spider drones are what we need. I also love Jeff just tasing people. He's doing some help. Meanwhile, we're doing, you know, the bulk of it. But time for our first chase sequence. And wait, no, this isn't our first chase sequence, but our first truck chase sequence. And this one kind of sucks because basically there is no way to do this faster than intended. There's no way to speed it up, so we kind of just have to follow this guy until we can finally get on it. Like, we are so close. We could definitely web zip to this, but the game doesn't want us to yet. But finally, we can go and grab onto this truck where we got to deal with these people. Pretty simple stuff. We probably murder that guy, and we definitely murder that guy. Like, that force, no, he is not alive. And we'll go for one last murder where we do a stylish take of his gun. And then he starts swerving around trying to get rid of us, tries to ram us into a truck. We hit into it. One of those people is definitely dead right now, but we got to save this truck while not worrying about that person because, yeah, the truck's kind of more important. And there's also a train. The most convenient timing where a train is coming right now. So we got to do our best to pull this entire thing up just before the train gets through. And there we go. But now the truck's coming after us. We're about to die. But then Jeff comes through, hits the guy, probably kills him. He better be dead, I'm not gonna lie. And we're safe. The guy still tries to come through though, shoot us a little bit. I mean, we've been shot out a bunch. It probably wouldn't matter too much. But Jeff again saves us, punches the dude. He is the boy. So yeah, we did it. The boys saved the day yet again and feels pretty good, not gonna lie. Now the game teaches us how to fast travel, which is really nice since now we don't have to swing everywhere. And we're making it over to our apartment, where unluckily, as soon as we make it into our apartment, we get evicted. And they also throw away all of our stuff. So we're trying to look for it because there's some Spidey gadgets and stuff in it. And now we got to go on a wild goose chase to try to find the garbage truck. Ooh, but on the way, that seems like the perfect pictures to me, baby. I like that picture. And might as well take this one. Can I get that? Oh, yeah, that's nice. Not having to go close to it. Gotta love it. One of these two, all damage control, and maybe the bridge. Nah. Oh, I got the bridge? How does that one count towards the bridge? You could not see the bridge at all. Let's be honest with ourselves. I'm not going to complain, though. But we try to get in. Of course, it's locked up. And so what we're going to do is sneak in. You know, nothing wrong with a little bit of breaking and entering. We're Spider-Man. It's fine. But unfortunately, once we make it to the truck, our stuff isn't in there. So yeah, we got to go on our goose chase. Now we're heading over to the north to the next one. Thankfully, I already know where to go, so we can speed it up kind of a tiny bit. Thank you to my notes for telling me what to do. Otherwise, this speedrun would be like a couple minutes slower. A couple minutes out of the 8 or 9 hours that this is gonna end up being. But now we can come over here where there are gonna be 2 garbage trucks. The first one right here. Unfortunately, nothing's in there. Then we can go to the second one, and again, nothing's in there. And now we're heading straight over to the east to where our next place is gonna be. We call Eddie back up. Dude's probably just hanging out. He doesn't want to do this on his time off. We're being a little bit annoying, but I guess it's kind of important. Ooh, and that's a backpack. You know, who needs my Spider-Man stuff when I can get a backpack? That one's going to be the thank you drawing. That one's really nice. Why did we hide that in a backpack around? That should be like on our wall or something. Come on, Spider-Man. Oh, and also here's a picture. I will take that right before we go to the incinerator where there's some people beating up my boy. So, of course, we're going to beat them up because I got to save my own stuff. I don't know why they're beating up a garbage truck, man. Kind of a weird person to beat up, not going to lie. Now we get to look around in the trash. Oh, yeah. So we got to get rid of a couple of these bags. Spider-Man, you're being a little bit aggressive about this. You don't have to be that aggressive. But thankfully, we're able to find our flash drive, which is going to have a data stick, and it's going to have a prototype that we're actually going to use now. What this one will do is give us the web bomb, which is pretty cool. Probably won't use it too much, though. Now, of course, the game wants us to use it really quick. We'll use one of those, and then we're just going for one of these, which actually, right there, it is really nice. Does a lot of damage to them. But you already know I'm back on my spider drones. Those are definitely the best, let's be honest. So we can take care of these people. There's always more. Stop coming out, guys. And now, since we have nowhere to sleep, we decide that maybe we got to go hit up MJ. I mean, we are friends with her again. It definitely won't end badly, given she's my ex. On the way, nice building picture right there. The Sanctum Sanctorium. I think I said that right. People always get mad at how I pronounce things, especially the word button. All right, I say it right. You just say it wrong, let's be honest. But we go over to MJ's apartment until we're like, okay, maybe we shouldn't ask our ex if we can stay at their place. Yeah, so basically Spider-Man wimps out. Unlucky, it happens. And now finally, the girl who we should be dating, let's be honest, Black Cat calls us and we can start doing the Black Cat missions. Anyways, for these Black Cat missions, basically we have to use her cameras to find things she placed around the city. First one is going to be right down here. There's going to be this kitty cat. We can take a picture, and that's going to be number 1. Now, after a bit, we can start fast traveling again where we want to go to Feast. I'm also going to hover over the Black Cat mission because we might as well pick that one up too. And at this point, we're going to call Aunt May, and she's going to let us stay on her couch. But we're also going to hang up on her because Black Cat is more important, let's be honest. This one is going to be straight over here. We'll take that picture. And in general, I know where all these are. Some might take me a little bit longer because it really is hard to remember all the stuff we have to collect in this speedrun, but we're probably gonna do fine. Anyways, time to go in here, interrupt our aunt yet again. She does offer us to stay though. You know, we aren't just doing this on our own. And so we're gonna stop by here and go to sleep on our couch, get a pretty good night's rest, and then also our Aunt May gives us money because she knows we're kind of struggling right now. She's a really nice person. Now MJ is calling us all the time, all right? Look, maybe I need a little bit of space. I gotta rethink it now that I'm talking to Black Cat again. Just saying, just saying. She also asks us if we want to go to the campaign rally with us. She's into us, let's be honest. But now it is pigeon time. Probably one of the most fun side missions because you have to collect a bunch of pigeons. We say hi to our boy Howard. He tells us there's a bunch of pigeons around and we're gonna have to go rescue them. But now while we're waiting for more stuff to happen, we might as well do some more Spidey stuff. Like, hey, look, another research station. Might as well take this one. And yeah, there's pretty much always stuff to do, so you can choose whatever you want to do at a certain time. So now this is another one of these where we have to go through these different smog areas. And we got to collect 8 samples. You've already seen it once. It's pretty much just the same thing. Gotta love how every time you go through one of these though, Peter's just coughing up a storm. He's really got to tell you, you know, he's not enjoying this too much. I'm just saying, we don't have to do these missions for our friend Harry, but I guess you got to be a good friend every once in a while. That is going to be 8 right there. Now we just got to wait for the other stuff to show up. And now it's time for camera again, which these cars are kind of far away. Not the best positioning ever, but picture number 1 is gonna be there. I just took pictures of some people. That was barely even the car. They're gonna be like, wow, that guy is really handsome, but why are you showing me this? Then for number 2, we'll take a nice aerial photo. You can barely even see the car in this one. And for number 3, we got our last car. It's trying to speed away. They don't want me to know, but I caught him. I always catch them. Now it's time to head over to Fist Towers, but we might as well get some certain things while we're on the way, because there's some more demon stuff. There's always some more demon stuff going on. I will take this beforehand. You know, backpack's more important than saving the world, let's be honest. And it's a rhino fragment. That's pretty cool. And then we got a pigeon, which is all the way up here. This is probably one of the hardest pigeons to get. And maybe not the hardest, but it's a pretty hard one. We got to go all the way up to it. That way we can scare it. Then it goes and flies down. Like with the pigeons in the past, you can't catch them right away. You have to wait for them to fly for a while. It's kind of annoying. But we will just wait until we can yank it out of the air. I feel like in real life, we'd be killing these pigeons, but not my problem. And before we go back there, I think I also want to get this tower really quick. It's pretty close after that pigeon mission, so we might as well. Which this tower is fun because it's all the way on top of this building. Kind of a weird place, but I will take that one. And there's going to be a backpack right by. Like literally also on the tower. Kind of funny, but thank you very much. I will take my old high school t-shirt. And I mean, there is this research station. Might as well get that as well. It's very easy to get sidetracked in this game, but since it's a 100% speedrun, we got to do this all at one point, so we might as well do it now. We're not really losing any time. Which for this one, basically there are a bunch of pigeons that have some sort of disease, and we got to go vaccinate them and save them. On the way, perfect time for a picture. It's not letting me. Sometimes during these missions, it doesn't let you take a picture, which is a little annoying, but it is what it is. Anyways, we'll head over to the parks, and there are basically 3 major parks that we got to deal with and just spread the vaccine. So first one is gonna be over here where we just have to get the entire park. Nice and easy. Now, next one, we're heading over to the south. We can see the park over here. It's going to be slightly bigger, but still only 8 areas that we got to get. And there's going to be that one. And now for the last one, we're heading back north. Now for the final run, right by this building, this is only 4 places we got to get, but that's going to be vaccinating all the pigeons. And now we can come straight over here to this pigeon statue to make sure that things are fine. And yeah, pigeons look good. Some of them are green. I hope that's not an issue, but yeah, it's probably okay. We really like making things green. It's just kind of Spider-Man's thing. And now, just before we get over to Fist Tower, there's a couple more things I want to do, including some more crimes. Oh wait, that's a pigeon? I didn't even see it on the map. Okay, we'll take it. It's probably one we just would have gotten later, but I might as well get it now. Thank you very much. Gonna yank you out of the air. Probably killed you. Doesn't matter. I wonder if it's one of the pigeons I just vaccinated. You know, couldn't we just have collected those pigeons and gave them to the guy? Would he have noticed the difference? Maybe. But anyways, that's a picture right there. There's going to be one right here and also one right here. That's 3 in a row. And then we can get this backpack, which I always forget. This one's actually going to be under this area. We can go web zip over there. And that one's going to be a snow globe. Oh, and a crime just before we get to our mission. So I might as well take that. I probably shouldn't go all the way up here. But you know, I want to get a huge drop on them. It's going to be hilarious. Like they had no idea. Okay, maybe they did. They used the grenade launcher or the rocket launcher right away. They didn't even hesitate. But just like usual, we're going with the general strategy of using our web blossom, using some spider drones. Everyone gets taken out easy. And before we get to this mission, it's time to upgrade some more skills. So we'll get a couple of these defender. One of them that we have to get is this ground strike. We're a little low on it, but we should get it soon. But that actually we need for a research station. We'll get our way up there in a little bit though. And we can just head over here where it's time for the fist mission. At this point, the demons are going to be attacking the fist guys. So we actually have to go save the people who work for Fisk. Kind of a nice little different thing. Also, how are these guys not noticing me? I'm literally beating up everybody. Do you not hear this, man? But we'll deal with those people first. Head through here. There's gonna be some more of these demons. Oh, also we leveled up and now we have 2 bars of our focus, so we can do 2 of those specials in a row. Then we'll start saving some Fisk guys. We're like, yeah, I guess we're working with you at this point. Weird to do, given that they try to shoot at me as well, but I guess we're Spider-Man. We gotta save everybody. But we'll head over here, and what we can do after we deal with these guys is we're gonna get rocket launched. And that's actually a good thing because it's gonna open up this area so we can drop down and go over to these people. Yeah, they didn't think they were helping us, but they were. Now I will deal with you guys. Please die, dude. Some of these guys just have more armor than other people. Oh, and that's a fist guy. I don't even know why they're not trying to fight back as well. I guess they would probably get arrested if they did, to be fair. But this seems like a big group of people. I'll use 2 spider drones. And every time we use one of our specials, we also get more spider drones. So it's really important to just use them in general. They give us so many upgrades. They're just awesome. But we can deal with that area. Now we're coming up here. There's gonna be this guy's where we can send one of those. We can use some web blossoms to start hitting them as well. And after we deal with a couple of those guys, they're always gonna send out a big guy. Thankfully, I have plenty of spider drones, so they can't really do anything. Dude, spider drones are just so good in this game. What could be better? Now, these guys are pretty easy. Sometimes I leave a couple of them just for my spider drones to deal with, but might as well take these guys out just to be a little bit faster. And that should be everybody. So now we can head to the tippy top of this building, and that's going to give us this cutscene, which this is a pretty long, unskippable cutscene where we see the boys riding away with a helicopter. Now we decide we want to stop them, so we web their helicopter and this thing. But unluckily for us, they use the RPG, and now they go ride their helicopter with this attached to it. This is legitimately a helicopter with a wrecking ball. And I don't know how you would control the helicopter either. That seems like a really difficult mission. But before we have to worry about that, we gotta save these buildings because there are probably people in those as well. But we get hit by that thing. Not really working out too well. Still though, as soon as we come to, we're like, hey, we should probably save people's lives. So this thing is fallen, about to murder millions of people. Okay, millions might be an exaggeration, but we gotta go and save everybody. So we're gonna start using webs. Probably the most acrobatic thing in this game. Like, look at my boy go and save this, attaching it to more buildings so it doesn't crush a bunch of people. And then we can go web that together too. I don't know how the police are going to clean that up, but that's also not my problem. Time to follow the helicopter, which this is another scripted helicopter event. So we just got to wait until we can get in there. Super cool part though. Like, that is such a fun scene to watch. And these guys are just destroying everything they see, not really worrying about anything, which I guess fair enough. They are running away from Spider-Man, but they're just taking out buildings. They don't care. We could probably go and try to attack them, but Spider-Man also doesn't care because he's not letting us go forward towards them. But finally, after a bit of time, we can go and grab onto this thing. And first of all, we got to deal with the wrecking ball. So we go hit it through this building. Thankfully, there is nobody here. Otherwise, a lot of people would have died. But it just barely goes across us. We got to stop it. We start riding it like it's a surfboard. You know, we're having the time of our lives. And again, nobody in these office buildings. I guess nobody feels like working today. But we'll just go through here while they try to rocket launcher me. And then we can go grab these guys. Hit that guy directly out. Definitely dead. He went and fell to his death. Let's be honest with ourselves. Okay, I guess we do save him. It would have been funnier if we left him to die though. And now we just got to deal with this guy, which we got to dodge him, put his hand over to the helicopter. Then we have to lift this up to destroy that. Now we got to go over to the other side. This guy's really trying his best. A little pathetic, not gonna lie. Dodge that guy. Put your hand right there. Then we lift up the other side. Collapse that. That's gonna make the helicopter guy finally lose control of the helicopter. To be fair, this guy was a pro. He was doing this with the wrecking ball and stuff. It was impressive. But we got to save this so it doesn't kill even more people. Thankfully, that didn't kill anybody somehow. Well, I mean, it almost did, but now we got to use our webs and stuff. Barely have those people survive. Kind of insane. This is just daily life in New York, I guess. People should probably move away. I'm not going to lie. But finally, time to do one of the coolest scenes in this game where we go use our web, land on it, and we perfectly save the day. So yeah, I'd say that went pretty well. And now we can skip that cutscene. No one cares about that stuff. So we're good. Oh, and also we get to see Miles Morales. I'm sure he won't be important. Anyways, now it is time to go meet up with MJ, so we will teleport close to there. And on the way, you already know we're getting some stuff. But basically, there's a ceremony for Officer Davis, and we want to be there because that's our boy. And you know, because MJ asked us to be fair. But hey, we got to go look at our real girl first, Black Cat. This one is gonna be right over there. Thank you very much, Black Cat. And on our way to City Hall, I'll also get this backpack. And yeah, that's a nice self-help book. Work-life balance for idiots. I feel like that makes sense for Spider-Man. He probably does a little too much Spidey activities every once in a while. But here is another building we can take a picture of, as well as another backpack while we're listening to our boy JJJ. Look, let's be honest, we all love JJJ. Great guy. All I'm saying, he kind of spits the truth. Spider-Man's evil, let's be honest with ourselves. But I will go up to this police station, except there's a pigeon. Pigeons before police stations, it's a rule. Come on. The most important mission that Spider-Man has is rescuing all these pigeons. Or is it really rescuing them? We're also killing them. But, you know, a little bit of both. Then I know that this is a place we have to take a picture of. It didn't count. That wasn't a good enough picture. Whatever, we'll worry about it in a second. I'm getting the police station now. Excuse me, officers. Just gotta take this one really quick. And no, that place actually isn't a place you take a picture of. Whatever. You know, sometimes I think I know what I'm doing. I don't always. Anyways, we want to go over to the police station before we go to our next mission. Gonna be a nice fast travel point for us, so we might as well. And I know this is a picture, so I will take the Trinity Church. And I believe there's also a backpack here. Yes, I was correct. That's gonna be a dumpling recipe. We need that. How else are we gonna get MJ back if we don't have a dumpling recipe? Let's be honest. And we already have like half of our backpacks. It feels really good. But thank you for this tower. I appreciate... Oh, I just quit out of it for a second. But anyways, thank you for this tower, showing up some more stuff. And it's also going to give us another one of these crimes. I will definitely take that. Nice and convenient crime with a bunch of demons. And I'll use my web blossom right there. Hopefully get most of those people, use a couple of my spider drones just like normal. These guys are kind of resilient. Most of them didn't get taken out by my web blossom for once in their lives. And then there's also gonna be this guy, so we might as well get it too. Look, MJ can wait. This is the more important stuff. And somehow it suddenly becomes night. So we either miss the rally or we're just going back in time. We're not really sure. It doesn't really matter. Now, this one is a pretty fun mission because basically we have to stay between this thin area. It keeps getting more thin. You'll see there's different blue areas. And if we get inside of it, then we start getting damaged. We can use these helicopters and stuff to swing. I don't know where all these helicopters came from, but I appreciate them. Thank you. Anyways, we will get our first tower right here. And now we got to go get 3 more. And it's going to keep changing where these electromagnetic places are. I don't really know the science behind this. I think they said something about electromagnetic stuff or something like that. But this one's pretty easy to get. We can just come straight over here. And that's going to be number 2. Then we're heading over to the damage control building. We really have to use these helicopters now. You can see it does a pretty good amount of damage to me, but I'm still fine. I'm not worrying about it too much. And we will take number 3. Dude, why are there so many helicopters here? I do not understand. To be fair, it probably has something to do with the mission, and I just ignored it. But like, we do not need this many helicopters circling through the sky. This is kind of terrifying. And that is going to be number 4. So yet again, we saved the day and saved Terry's research station. And now it's back today. Yeah, I don't know how this works, but it works. That's all you got to worry about. But we might as well get a couple of pictures while we're right over here, especially because we're right by this area. So I will just take that picture and we'll go straight into the mission, where as soon as we show up, everything goes wrong. And we also see Miles there along with his dad. But as they do the ceremony, the demons attack, and also Spider-Man gets knocked out. We can actually see him with MJ right there. Peter is not doing too well, but we got to go save our mom and dad. And yeah, now it's time for one of the Miles parts of the game, which are parts I really like. So we head through this entire area. I don't know. I'd probably just be hanging out. I don't know if I'd go and try to save people. The police probably have it covered, but I guess he has to save his mom and dad, to be fair. And first of all, we do find our mom over here completely crushed. But there's a guy trying to help. We both go and lift this up together. Kind of the boys, not gonna lie, except we mess up. So Miles decides to do the smart thing, gets a pole, sticks that right under. Then we're able to lift it up using that thing. Our mom is just barely able to get out, and we save her. So she is very obviously not having the best day in the world. And she also really wants us to stay with her, but we want to go find her dad. So right now she's screaming at us like, please, Miles, you're gonna get shot or something, but we don't care at all. We're like, hey, we got to do what we got to do. So we can see this entire area. We don't see our dad anywhere, but we'll probably find him. But there are more demons showing up. So yeah, things are going well. And they start just shooting people. Just absolutely... yeah, it doesn't even matter to them. So now it's time for a stealth mission where we really don't want to get caught by the demons because, yeah, we'd probably die. So we're just crawling through a car just like normal before this person right before our eyes gets destroyed. And yeah, unlucky, couldn't be me. And then we also see a dead body just collapse next. This is probably pretty traumatizing. But you know, Miles does not care. He's not going back. He's got to go save his dad. You know, I do got to applaud him. After you see all the guns and stuff, you still going and doing this? I don't know. But we'll wait for this guy to move out of the way. Thank you very much for being an idiot. And we just got to make sure none of these people find us because otherwise they're going to shoot us. So we'll wait for these people, wait for him to turn his back. Then I can go through. That guy almost caught on to me, but he's also terrible at his job. So we can go through here where yet again we see another person die. How do you not see me? I am directly over you. You definitely could see me through. I guess it's probably the masks or something that obstruct their vision, but it's kind of pathetic. Anyways, now we're gonna come through here and we're actually purposely gonna get caught because otherwise we would have to wait for a while until we can actually go to that spot. So I'll get spotted and now you see that right over there is gonna be the yellow thing. So we can go straight over there right through this dude. And come on, I made it. Okay. Okay, we'll not go and try to break this guy's ankles. We'll go over there. We try to deal with the boys. Basically what happens, our dad dies. Then we get to 1 week later where there is going to be the funeral. Pretty sad stuff. And yeah, that happened. It be that way though, and at least this puts us in a completely different area, so now we can get a bunch of more towers. There's a mission we can go to right away, especially because now we know that the person in charge of the demons is actually Martin Lee. But Yuri still wants some evidence that it actually was Martin Lee, so we can't go after him right away. And right now, I'm just gonna go and get some backpacks and stuff. We could be saving some lives and stuff, but instead we're looking at these comic books. That's a pretty good one. You can't lie there. MJ gives us an address to go to, all that sort of stuff. MJ, I don't really care. I gotta go talk to my girl Black Cat again. And this one, I kind of forget where it is. Oh, there it is. Okay, that took me a second, but finally we found it. Some of them are harder than the other ones. And then we call back MJ. You know, after we focus on Best Girl, we can talk to MJ, I guess. Except research station time. Yeah, we really like ignoring MJ and other people we talk to, because we got other things to do. They're not my biggest priority. So now what we have to do is we have to stop this building from exploding. There are a couple events that we got to destroy in order to do that, so we can just come through, hit them with a couple webs, and yeah, pretty simple one right here. Just going through and doing this. Not the most interesting, so I'll probably skip to the end. But here we go. That should be the last one. And yeah, there we go. That's the building. But now we just gotta go over to the top, go and turn this dial just a little bit, and yeah, we saved some more people's lives. So that's our next research station, and we might as well get some more towers. We call back MJ yet again. And yeah, we really like ignoring this girl. I feel a little bit bad for her, but I got Spidey stuff to do, okay? It is what it is. Like getting another pigeon. Always love me some pigeon missions. This pigeon really doesn't want to get caught. I am right by you. Spider-Man, use your web powers. You know how to use them, right? Maybe he's just forgetting, but come on, just let me catch the pigeon. It's so dumb how scripted these events are. It doesn't make sense. But finally, after a bit, we can grab that thing. Took you long enough, Spider-Man. Now, time for another tower just to get the rest of this upper area in Harlem. We'll get our next backpack, a nice lawyer's business card, and this backpack on the tower, that's going to be our spider signal. We want to be Batman so bad. And while we're here, I am trying to go to that side mission, but there is going to be some kidnapping, so I will find that. This person right in this car truck. Thankfully, it highlights green. That's pretty nice. And yeah, we saved that guy. It would be so terrifying to be inside a car trunk. I would not like that at all. But then we see the guys finally come out, and you already know what we're doing. Just a little web blossom, along with some spider drones. Pretty much what we always do, and they're already taken out. I should also, while I'm here, actually upgrade these spider drones. That way we have an extra one. But now, since we're over in this area, it's time to do an internet challenge. So we start the Screwball challenge right here by taking a picture of that QR code. And then Screwball comes, and this is a villain that basically runs a live stream for other villains. So what she's doing is basically telling us she has somebody locked up, and we have to find all these barcodes so we can go find her position and then go save that person. So yeah, it's kind of a game show where we're doing a live stream, and then also a bunch of her fans keep coming by and trying to attack us. So that's going to be number one. Now we can, okay, it won't let me head over right away. It's annoying. I know where I need to go, but it's like, oh yeah, you're leaving the mission. No, I'm going towards where I need to go, man. But now over here, over to this place. And this one is a pretty specific thing you got to get, because it's going to be that QR code right there. Now what you have to do is a very specific angle. I think it's about, yeah, so we go crawl over here, go back a little bit. I think that will work. And there we go. Nice. Which now some of our fans decided to place bombs all around. I don't know why all these guys are doing these things, all right? Does this really make for that good of a live stream? I guess it's pretty good content, I'm not gonna lie. Who wants to see me do the Screwball challenge in real life? Subscribe if you do. I'm not gonna actually do it. I'm not Spider-Man. Anyways, we'll go and get this one. That's bomb number 3. Saved all those buildings. Nice and easy. And finally, now we can go over to the victim. So this person is going to be over to the west. But it turns out the victim isn't actually the victim. Instead of being a victim, it's literally just Screwball. Yeah, kind of just played us, not gonna lie. So now more of our followers come over here. They're trying to attack me. And you already know what we gotta do. Murder them violently. So the thing is, technically, Screwball isn't telling them to do this, and she's not part of them fighting us. So even though we do all this, we're not going to send her to jail. Or at least that's what they tell us after the end of this mission. Pretty sad. Kind of a worthless side mission, but you know, it is what it is. But all right, that's going to be Screwball. Might as well get some other stuff. But what we're actually going to do is we're going to teleport first. And that's because after you do Screwball's mission, the backpacks no longer show up for some reason. So we got to teleport so we can get them back there. It's a little annoying quirk of this game, but is what it is. If it will let me. Hello, game? Okay, did something else just break? This game. Whatever, we'll get the pigeon first. Maybe that's what we have to do. All right, pigeon number 5 out of 12. We like to see that. And please do not tell me my towers are broken. Okay, there we go. I don't know why that was like that. Kind of weird. Maybe it's because it thought I started the pigeon mission, but we'll still take it. And while we're right here, nice little picture of that. Then we can also get this backpack, which is going to be a bottle of spices. Then time for some more black cat. And this one's going to be directly on this building. I'll take that. We're doing pretty good on the black cat stuff. Getting through it pretty fast. And it's especially good because once you get done with black cat stuff, you get something pretty cool, but I'll let you wait for that. Anyways, that is going to be our next tower. We're almost completely done with these at this point. And we'll keep going on our way to this other one, because might as well, which unfortunately not much on the way. So we just kind of got to go in this direction. But that's going to be the third one in the Upper West Side. And oh, also we see a crime over there. Don't mind if I do. Another one of these save the people things. You know, why do I always have to be the one to rescue all these citizens? Why can't they do it themselves? We just stared at him for like a full second before saving him. That was hilarious. But we'll save those two. That's going to be all 3. Nice little explosion that happens directly after we're done. And then we also have to deal with some villains. We have to wait until they tell us where they are. And these guys are going to be straight over here. We see their car. Did you see those other cars just disintegrate? I'm pretty sure they weren't supposed to be there. They couldn't have them crash into them, so they just got rid of them. That was hilarious. Not sure if I was supposed to exactly see that, but it is what it is. There's going to be that one, which should be all the stuff for that mission. Now, there's going to be a collection of 3 different things in this one area. A backpack, a picture, and a pigeon. So we'll get the picture first. Now we're going for the pigeon. Pigeon, let me catch you. I'm trying to go do actual heroic stuff. I can't waste all my time with the pigeon. But that is going to be half of those guys. And we're also going to go and get an MJ article, student protest cuts and art program. And we could do this fist hideout right now. I don't really want to, just because we aren't as powerful as we will be later. So it's just better to save them. But there is going to be that. I do want to get this tower first before we go over to our mission though. So we'll take this one inside of Hell's Kitchen. That's going to be all that coverage. And black cat thing right by it. You'll love to see it. Also a backpack. I'll probably take that as well. But this one is gonna be, we see the black cat thing right there. Oh yeah, it's down here. Took me a second to remember that one. I remember when I first did this casually, I had no idea where that was. But we can take Felicia and then, wait, where's this backpack? Oh, it's down here. We gotta go underground. I don't care about this villains and stuff. Oh my gosh. We just got hit by the train. What unlucky timing that was. What the heck, man? Okay, anyways, thank you for the old cell phone. I appreciate it. So in that dimension, Spider-Man is now dead, but we're in a new dimension, so that one doesn't matter. Now, Spider-Man always wants to do this silently, but that's also a lot of work to not do it loud. So you already know what I'm doing. We'll use this guy to deal with that guy. And yeah, we just want our spider drones to do most of the work along with one of these. We just got to take out the big guy. Now it should just be this dude to finish out, and nice and easy place to destroy. Now we want to check on this door, see that we can't open it. So now we have to come over here. We can open up this guy and see there's a fuse box. So there's a couple places we have to electric web. The first one's going to be there. Next one is going to be on this thing. Third one is back over here. And the fourth one is going to be behind those boxes. All of those together open up the thing. Now we can start heading in this building, but there's still some more Spider-Man stuff. You did not have to go backwards after that hit Spider-Man. What was that? But over crawling through these vents, heading in here, and now we have to check out all the things that are here. First of all, we see that painting. We also have to listen to Pete talk about them every single time. Second of all, we can go and check this equipment. Third of all, there's this dynamite. Fourth, there's gonna be this truck. And fifth, there's gonna be some guns. So yeah, didn't find Lee, but I mean, we saw some pretty cool stuff, I guess. And now we just have to wait for this phone call to end so we can actually fast travel. So we're kind of just hanging out. MJ, I'm trying to do stuff. Oh, but we might as well take these pictures beforehand. I know Lee's important, but pictures are more important. Let's be completely honest with ourselves. I am a pretty great photographer too. Like, look at this one. Okay, look at that one. That's beautiful, baby. And then last of all, we'll just take that guy before we have to wait for Yuri to stop calling us. Why is everybody always talking to me on the phone? I'm trying to do Spider-Man stuff. Oh wait, actually, you can't teleport. I thought you could for this one. Apparently, no. Well, whatever. We can still collect stuff on the way. It's not too big of a deal. I'll take this backpack, a nice little cracked lens. And right by this consolidated shipping place, there's this backpack. So we might as well. Okay, I was trying to get the backpack. Whatever. I guess we didn't want it enough. Now, here's where we're going to get some more Spider-Man gear, because one of the things we found can actually get turned into some tech. We'll go and make this trip mine, and we might as well also go and get this concussion. Oh, we don't have the challenge tokens yet. Oops. But anyways, we'll use that right there. He's like, oh my gosh, what is that? And while he gets destroyed by that, we'll just continue on our way. So we got to take care of all the people in here. Obviously, it wants you to do it stealthily. We don't really care because we have spider drones. And a thing I like to do, instead of fighting all these people, we can just use a spider drone right by them, and then they'll get shot. We don't really have to worry about it. Well, as long as we actually have a spider drone. Dude, oh, he just ragdolled. Okay, goodbye forever. And then my spider drones are just going after everything else. You know, you really don't even have to fight in this game. Spider drones can pretty much do everything for you. But this should be the last guy we take care of. Now we're going into the building. We can open up that door, and we see a couple of things. The first one we want to go is check this clipboard. And the next one is going to be where all the demon warehouses are. But here's where more demons come, so time to deal with these guys. Especially this dude who has these whip hands. They're really annoying to deal with. We have to throw stuff at him and stuff, so just not a fun guy. But then these guys are gonna show up. I'll just use one of my spider drones. Then there will be some more people down here. MJ, this is not the best time to call me. I'm kind of in the middle of trying to murder people who are trying to murder me. Oh, how are you still alive? He just went down as soon as I came up. Kind of unlucky. Oh, he got hit by my spider drones anyways. And after that, here's where we're going to learn about Sable, which is basically this military group that's going to start working for the city to try to be their extra police force. Not really a good group in reality. They're a little bit evil, which you'll see a bit later. But, you know, it is what it is. And now, after getting that, you know, I might as well grab this research station. I could go over to Feast, but, you know, I got to help out my boy Harry. It's more important. And, of course, when we go into this, this is going to be when we're trying to talk to MJ. Yet again, we ignore her. Look, it's just something you gotta do. Now, for this one, we're gonna be using our spider bots to come help us with it. So we can start by coming over here. And now we have this tiny guy, which these guys are really fun. You know, they kind of just crawl around. I feel like they should terrify people. How do you not make it through that? But I feel like they should terrify people just a little bit more. They're kind of weird. We can also shoot webs. I can literally hit people in the feet. Probably doesn't do too much damage to them. And also, actually, they look very unaffected by it. Kind of sad because I want to be the spider menace, but it is what it is. And here's where we learn how to disperse crowds. We can press triangle, and that's going to cause people to, like, get knocked over, which is really funny because we can use it all the time. And even where I'm not supposed to, I can just scare people because I feel like it. Like, look at these people. I'm just terrorizing them with the spider bot. I promise I'm a hero. Don't worry about it. And we just got to keep finding big crowds of people as we're going through this green mist. It looks like this is our next one. And now we're actually going to find the person, which we have to web up if I can. Okay, please. I need some auto aim or something. There we go. Falls right into that guy's legs. And oh my gosh. Okay, just die, dude. Just get attached to the ground, and there he goes. So nice and easy, got that guy. And now we gotta go return this chemical over to the station so we can rescue this area. So yeah, that's hiding in the crowd den. Now before we go on to this mission, I do want to get this bird over here, but there it is. A pigeon? MJ, stop distracting me from my pigeon. Okay, I guess we'll just play the game. I'll get you later, pigeon. Right now, MJ won't let me, but I'll get you later. So we're heading back into Feast, where we go and talk to our aunt for a little bit. We're not trying to let her know that we're investigating Martin Lee. Would probably break her heart, because it is her boss. I mean, she will find out sooner or later. But we try to go in his office. Unfortunately, it's locked. So we do some Spider-Man stuff to get in there. Thankfully, nobody saw me. I don't know. I feel like they probably would have heard the web zip and been like, huh, that's kind of strange. Or at least saw the residue. I don't know. Either way, we're going straight in here into the office. And now what we want to do is go break and enter into his drawers, get this key. Then we can go over to the painting of his parents, place the key right in there to open it up. And now we have to move these things over. So I want to do that twice. I want to do this 4 times. And then I want to do that twice. So now we can see the secret office that Martin Lee actually has. There's the mask and all sorts of stuff over here. But we're really only concerned about checking this out, seeing his plans. We'll take that folder. That's pretty nice. And then we'll also go and look at this. We don't really care about the recording though. And as soon as we step away, it's going to cause an electromagnetic field to come up and almost murder us. So we got to deal with this. I will just go and destroy those guys, which this will be number 2. And yeah, now we're safe. Probably could have been a bit dangerous if anybody else came here. but I guess that's what Martin Lee was going for, to be fair. So we make it out of there, and now we know for sure that Martin Lee is the leader of the demons. Might as well get some more upgrades really quick. I really like the charge jump. It's one of my favorite things, and we especially need epicenter. But now we learn about Devil's Breath, which is a substance created by Oscorp, and it can basically murder a bunch of people, so we gotta stop them from doing that. But more importantly, it's pigeon time, baby. So I will go and grab that guy. Thank you very much. And now we have a bunch of free time to do whatever we want. So for now, I'll head over into this area because there's a couple things I see. MJ's kind of in the middle of something, and she invites us to dinner. Let's go. We're in there. But we gotta do some Spidey stuff before, and we also tell her we're gonna cut. Ooh. Also, another backpack. I like that ticket stub. And this is also perfect time to go and get these other towers. First, there's gonna be this one over here. We do see another Fist hideout. I don't really care right now because I gotta go and get these other ones. Oh, and now Otto is calling us, telling us we should head to the lab, but I think I'll get these ones first. I'm already on my way. Yeah, dude is like, oh yeah, you gotta go check out what we're doing right now. Man, I'm trying to go to dinner with my ex. That's way more important than whatever this is. But it is what it is, I guess. We gotta go hang out with that old man. He's not even paying me anymore. But here is going to be this one, and this should be the last tower. This should be the entire map done at this point. So yeah, feels pretty good. We did it all. Now it's just time to get all the stuff in it. And I will teleport over to the lab in just a second, but I do want this backpack, which that's gonna be a nice magnet. My boy Spidey, he loves JJJ. I know he says he doesn't, but like, look at all the JJJ stuff he has. I don't know, it's a little bit of an obsession, but no time to worry about that. We're going in here. So we're heading in for our next time where we're gonna do like a single thing. Maybe we'll be here for about 2 minutes this time, but that might be a bit too much. I'm just gonna breathe down his neck until he lets me do stuff. Come on, man. I gotta go on a date. Hurry up. So basically what Otto is trying to do is instead of fixing people with robotics, now he's trying to make them even better, make them stronger, all that stuff. And it's mostly for a reason you'll see in a bit. But yeah, we leave after 2 minutes, just like usual. I don't have time for this job. I got a date. Now there's some more time that we just gotta chill while we wait for MJ to get back. So you already know it's pigeon time. I think this is number 8. Okay, we're doing pretty well. And then we also might as well get this. They tell us they know what we're doing with the tower, but they won't tell anyone as long as we help them. So it's one of these missions where we just have to follow our sensor again. We'll start heading over in this direction where we see that there's some villains. Yeah, these guys just love destroying stuff, but at least we can destroy them back. So I will deal with them. You already know what we're using, all of our spider drones. How have they not noticed me yet? And oh my gosh, that guy's dead. Even if somebody tries to save him, like there's no way to save him. He's going to fall off. My webs are not going to stick for that long, but also not my problem. That's what they get for being villains, I guess. So see you later, guys. Now we got to get some more jamming devices. For this one, we actually want to head over to this building first because there are going to be 2 snipers over here. And you got to take out all the people before you can destroy the bombs. So I'll grab these guys. They literally, how did you not hear that? Like, come on, guys. You got to work a little bit harder than that. But now these guys as well. Where are all you guys? Sometimes it's kind of hard to find them. And sometimes it's hard for them to find me for some reason. But that's going to be those guys done. And I'm also kind of confused. I'm trying to find this. Nope, the jamming device is right over there. That's going to be number 2. And finally, as for the third one, it's just another one of these buildings, which we can actually use our web blossom. Might as well stick some people to some different areas. Some people fall into their deaths, just like usual. And where is this last guy? How did you not hear any of that? Okay, whatever. We'll get rid of that jammer, and we're good. Now for the last part of this mission, we just have to head over to the docks, and I might as well get these backpacks and stuff on the way. So thank you for my hygiene kit. Need that when I go on vacation. And it's trying to say I'm leaving mission. I'm just trying to get pictures, man. Also, I'm literally on my way. What is this game talking about? But next thing, you're gonna be right over here where there's a bunch of guys. Now, these guys, much like the other ones, they take a while to notice me. I'm actually able to take them out very stealthily. They're terrible at their job. You need to hire new guys, Fisk. Let me be the hiring manager for you. I'd help you out so much. But where's this last guy? Hello? Oh, there he is. It's easier when they're actually coming after you because at least you know where they are at all times. But we can check these weapons, and here's where some more guys are gonna come. So these guys were literally in the back of these trucks. What weirdos, I'm not gonna lie. But we can just go Web Blossom all of them. Web Blossom, like usual, is going to be OP, even though they use their annoying weapon, which doesn't let me really see. I don't really need to see to be Spider-Man. So last one over here. Oh, I wanted him to go into the ocean. Unlucky. But yeah, that's going to be the side mission. Now MJ is finally going to call us, and we will be on our way in a second, right after we get this backpack. That one's going to be a graphing calculator, and we'll also take this bridge. There we go, this bridge. Finally, we can do some quick fast traveling over to MJ's apartment. Oh, and Yuri is still talking about the crime towers because I never let her finish talking. That's pretty funny. But before we go to MJ, come on, man. Dude just falls right through there. But like I said, I will take this guy. Electrician gloves. Those look very much like real hands. Anyways, Yuri, I don't have time to talk to you. I gotta go to dinner, baby. So we have a very nice dinner with MJ where she tells us about where she was earlier in the day. And you already know what that means. Time for another stealth mission. So for this first guy, dude, you trying to move? There you go, bud. All right, took you long enough. I don't know how that thing collapsed, but also not really my problem. We'll start coming in this direction where there's going to be two of these dudes. I'll go behind them. Then we can push. Oh, push over it, MJ. There you go. So he won't be able to see me just like usual. We're going through this dude, which will go directly around him. Kind of an idiot, not going to lie. And then we can use this distraction, which is going to be this thing. That's going to cause this guy to come over and be like, huh? What's going on there? So we'll wait for him, be able to sneak right behind that dude. Now we're about halfway through. There's going to be this guy, but thankfully he has no peripheral vision, so he had no idea I was getting through. Along with that guy. How'd you not see me? I was right behind you. But there's a cutscene we skipped, and now we just got to make it over there, which is just going to be knocking over one more thing to move over this guy. And I think I can make it. Please. There we go. Oh, let's go. Okay, that was way too risky for no reason, but we did it. It doesn't really matter. And then we'll also check out this, which is also going to give us a new power-up next time that we're using MJ. But I'll explain that later, because Tombstone's coming through, and we decided to leave. I don't know how we did that so easily. So yeah, pretty good dinner, but unfortunately, time for us to go, because more Spider-Man business. Oh, and now Yuri's trying to talk to me. Okay. So we actually have to let this finish really quick. Oh, yeah, I probably should have let the last time finish. I forgot that it won't start the next mission until it does. So, yeah, we'll kind of just wait this out for a second. We can stand right here and wait for this next side mission while we're waiting, though. So for this one, there's this one lady who basically her husband is meeting with some strange woman. She doesn't think it's an affair or anything, but instead, he might be doing some illegal stuff. So we got to go help our boy out, make sure he's not being an idiot. First place is going to be right over here, where we can see this guy and also a woman with blue hair. Now here, it's actually kind of funny. They are really bad at noticing you. So I can just stand in the middle of the road and they don't see me. So we're good. Now, after a while, it's going to be time to follow the mystery woman who's taking a taxi. And yeah, these guys have no idea. I'm literally swinging right behind you. Are you not checking your rear view mirrors at all? But I guess the taxi driver probably doesn't care. Probably just thinks it's a normal thing. Spider-Man having fun. I'm just saying, if you're planning a heist, you should be smarter about it. Like, I am swinging right directly by them. Oh, I love this game. Now we see that there's person number 2 right over here. So we can go into this area, take our photo. Okay, take our photo. Apparently that photo wasn't good enough. I thought it was a pretty good photo, but there we go. That's a better photo right there. And now we have one of my favorite parts because this guy is an idiot. We can literally run right next to him. We're just running next to him. Now, we don't want him to see us at the corner, so we will be a little bit behind him. He looks for a little bit and then goes down there. Going on the train. Dude is not the smartest in the world, but now we have to follow his train. So we can literally see it through the floor. Spider-Man has some of the greatest gadgets in the world, I'm not gonna lie. This time, Carmen actually recognizes the guy and recognizes that he's a criminal. Now, finally, after a bit longer, this dude's gonna pop out the other side. I'm just gonna be right behind him. Hey, dude, how you doing? Oh, can I come? Oh, he didn't want me to come in. That was sad. But we gotta go check out his operation, which we already know is gonna be right over here. So I'm just gonna stand here, directly in the window. There's no way these people don't see me, but I guess they're just not the smartest in the world. And now we can take a picture of that. Then they're also going to change that so we can take a picture of this one to find out their entire plan. They could have prevented all of this if they just weren't idiots and saw me in the window. But, you know, maybe it's a one-way window. Gotta give them the benefit of doubt, I guess. So now, directly after that, we could have stopped them before they got in the car. But instead, we wait until they actually get in the car for some reason. Does it really make sense to do it this way? No. No, not at all, but it's what we're doing. So we take out the guys, stop the car just in the usual Spider-Man way. And then these couple of people think that they can actually defeat me. You think these people would learn at some point. It's easy for it. Like, come on, man. But yeah, there we go. We might as well also get this backpack. Do I have time? Let's go. Spider-Man Menace. I agree. I guess it wasn't really a time limit thing. I thought I was kind of doing it fast, but you know, we could still take the victory. Now while we're waiting for this to finish, we might as well get some more pictures and stuff, or it's not going to let me. Oh, no, it actually will let me take that picture. I thought it wouldn't because of the mission. But there's a bunch of stuff in here, so we might as well get all of that. Yuri does want me to do something. I also don't really care. Yuri wants me to do stuff all the time. Wait, it's the same call? You're kidding me. Okay, there is no way that other one didn't count. This game. It's fine. I mean, we're doing this anyways, but that is a little bit annoying. I'll get the church, and then there's also this building, or is that even a building or a pool? Okay, that should be more than enough time to do all that talking. Please, Gabe, do not have me stuck in this limbo of us saying the same things over and over again to each other. But this one's gonna be straight over here. Take that picture. And that is going to be our next black cat. It didn't count. Oh, wait, did it count? Okay, sometimes if you go way too fast, the black cat things don't actually count, so I thought it didn't right there. Thankfully it did, so that's nice. Now there's a nice and convenient one of these guys, which you already know we're web blossoming up. Takes out most of the people. I'm pretty sure this is a hostage situation. We probably should have been smarter about this if it was real life, but you know, we just take everyone out. It's easy. And before we go over to Standish's penthouse, we're gonna do one last thing, which is getting this research station. Already in the area, we might as well. Now this one is pretty fun because they have energy saving billboards, but they're gonna start malfunctioning, which means we have to save them. So we're gonna use our electric webs. That way we can shut down the screens. And yeah, we just gotta follow all of these. Take that one. And yeah, just go one by one, getting the screens. Actually a pretty fun one. I enjoy this. It's crazy that all these screens at the same time are malfunctioning. Like, you'd think it wouldn't be all of these. Maybe this project isn't the best in the world, I'm not gonna lie. But finally, that one should be the... Oh, no, there's one more. I always forget about the tippity top one, but this one should be the last one, and that's all the billboards saved. So another research station done. We're getting done with these pretty quickly, and we are right over here by our next thing, so perfect timing. But I mean, do we want to go there first or Black Cat? Let's be honest with ourselves. You already know where we're going first. Oh, and there's also a crime. Actually, perfect timing. We love to see that. Don't mind me, guys. Just gonna do a quick web blossom. That takes care of most of them. Then we get rid of these guys with a couple of spider drones. There's actually a lot of people in this one, more than usual. But that's going to be that one done, and right in time for our next Felicia thing. Oh, Spider-Man, you missed. Oh, no, he didn't. Okay. Now this one is gonna be straight over in this store. You can usually tell because there's also a mural of Black Cat by it. Sometimes they're still hard to find though. But since that is right by there, it's perfect timing, and now we can go straight over here. First of all, we have to deal with the outside of the building before we actually go into Standish's apartment. Standish, I think, is someone who is working on Devil's Breath. Someone correct me in the comments if that's wrong. It's been a while since I've actually, like, listened to the entire story, but I know most of the parts of it. Anyways, we'll deal with those people. Help out the cops first before now we head in here. Then there's gonna be somebody trapped under this car. Oh, I guess they're not trapped. They're just kind of injured. Now it's time to deal with these guys. I will web blossom these four. Might as well. Got some of them right away. Not my best web blossom in the world. Yeah, could have definitely been better. But that deals with those guys. Now we got these. I'm just gonna put out a couple spider drones. You guys deal with that. I'll see you later. We're heading down because there's gonna be more people that show up here. Just more demon exterminating. You already know. Now we got just a couple more people, including one of the big guys. These guys are always kind of annoying, but spider drones know how to deal with them. And once we do all that, now it's time to head inside the elevator. Except, of course, we're not going in the elevator the normal way. We're gonna do it the Spider-Man way. So we can head up through here, but there are gonna be people who are peeking their guns out. Kind of a very interesting system. But we can make it through that first one first. Web zip over to this next area. And again, just people coming through. But then there are also gonna be elevators that are coming down and trying to crush us. They're really doing everything at the same time. But that's number 2, and time for number 3, which gets even harder. Because for this one, there's not only the shooting people, there's not only the elevators, but now there are fire bombs coming down and trying to hit us as well. Somehow we made it through without getting hit once. I have never done that before, actually. But hey, feels pretty good. And now we can go out here if it lets me down. And yeah, now we're in this section. Time to deal with some more of these demons and save our boy Standish. Actually, I don't know if Standish is a good guy or a bad guy, so maybe I shouldn't say our boy. You know, save Standish. That's the only important part. I'm pretty sure he did Devil's Breath, but, you know, someone will correct me, or we'll get an editor's note in here. That'll tell you what it is. So after doing with the first group of people, we'll see Standish over here. We try to open the door, but then somebody comes through with one of these whip swords. He thinks he's actually going to be able to do something, but I also have spider drones, so you're not going to be able to do much, buddy. I can also throw random stuff off the environment. That dude just fell off. Hopefully he died there. Hello? Anybody? Oh, no, he's still down here. What a jerk, man. Dude, I'm trying to go see Standish, and you got to be like this. Anyways, time to go into the office. We see him. We can skip this first cinematic, but then the entire building explodes, and we got to go save him. So this is going to be unskippable. We just go through dodging all the stuff. Kind of a really cool scene, not going to lie. And finally, we save our boy. Just barely are able to not have him die. And yeah, kind of a awkward situation. But you know, we did what we needed to do. That's all that matters. So that's up the water spout. And now on our next one, we want to head over to the west. Oh, but actually there is going to be a black cat thing here. Oh, is this the one that I did earlier and it didn't count? Oh, no, it definitely is. Okay, yeah. So you shouldn't leave right away because sometimes it just won't count. It's kind of annoying. Did it count that time? Well, hopefully. Oh, yeah. Okay, black cat stakeout solved. We're all good. Anyways, heading to the west. Now, of course, pigeon missions. You already know what we're doing. Hopefully, this pigeon won't be difficult. Just get inside of my hands. That way I can go over to Black Cat. I'd appreciate it. Okay, embarrassing, please. You know, sometimes I have pretty good movement with this game, and sometimes I don't. But after a nice little wild goose chase, we got our boy. A little bit slow, but that's all good with me. Ooh, and also, nice little crime over here right by the Black Cat station. I will take that. Couple of guys just chilling, and also a couple of guys just dying. Now, after that crime, we can actually do this guy, which this Black Cat thing gonna be right over there. What a cutie. These are also like the cutest plushes. And then we're right in this area, which means we're in the perfect spot for our next mission, which is going to be the challenges. We already know where we're going even before Yuri finishes her phone call. So the challenges are basically things by this dude. His name is Taskmaster, and he gives us a bunch of tasks. So we got all these challenges all around the place, and we're going to start with the first one right here. Now, there are a few different missions. The first one that we're going to get is this bomb mission. For this one, all we have to do is go and find these bombs, go and grab it, throw it in the air, and then explode it with our webs. Then we just have to go and get the other two before the time finishes. So number 2, I will take you, buddy. Get that guy out of the way. And number 3 will be all the way over here. Grab that, throw it just like usual, and that'll be a perfect mission. Now while we're waiting for this guy to finish up his long monologue, we're gonna head over here because there should be a backpack, and this one's gonna be old glasses, looking pretty good. For a second, I thought it was the picture of Delaney, and I was like, wait, is that usually the picture? But anyways, time to go to a costume party. But I'm not gonna show up without a costume of my own, so we're gonna put on the negative suit. Hey, we gotta be stylish just like everybody else, so I'm not going to a costume party in my normal costume. So yeah, honestly, pretty cool party. I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably go to this. We also see a bunch of other Spider-Mans and different villains. I guess in a superhero world, of course, everybody's gonna dress as the superheroes or the supervillains. But we gotta go check out all 3 of these people and figure out which one is Delaney. So first of all, we're coming up to this person, but they're trying to role play, so they run away from us. Yeah, a little bit annoying. I'm just trying to talk to you, man. You'd have to be like that. But it is so easy to find them. We just go over here. They try to shoot us with their paintballs. We dodge all that stuff, take off their mask, destroy it, and they get kind of upset. So that's going to be number 1. Now we got to find the next person, which there's going to be this guy dressed up as Vulture and throwing out candy. Kind of the boy, not going to lie, but we'll go ahead and do some pretty sick parkour all the way up to just be like, hey, you Dr. Delaney? But of course he's not. Instead, it's the boy. Look at his dance moves. He's going insane. Let's go, baby. So yeah, that's pretty impressive dancing, but we got to go ruin his party. Now we try to go up to our boy. We're trying to save his life, but this jerk in a rhino costume decides he wants to fight us. And meanwhile, Delaney is getting taken by the demons. This dude single-handedly maybe is going to cause this man to die. So we decide, wow, you're kind of an idiot, dude. I kind of hate you. So we decide, all right, we're done with you. Web him up, put him towards the ground, and we actually got to go save this guy's life. Yeah, a little bit unlucky, but now we can just go up through here. We get in through the top where we see him getting taken away. We should go right now. We should try to attack them, but instead we just watch it. And then we got to deal with all these people. So I go punch that guy first. And you already know what time it is. Web Blossom time. They can't really do anything against that. Deals with most of the people who is left. All right, annoying guy. Anyways, we saved that first group of people. Now we just gotta wait to go inside of here. Then there's gonna be a bunch of dudes just all kind of hanging out. But we can take the first place down, start using our drones, and time to deal with these guys. The drones, as always, doing their work. They're kind of insane. And that's gonna be all those guys done. So now we can head to the next point, which is gonna be out through this window. And I'm not gonna lie, we probably picked the worst suit for this mission. How are they not able to see us? We are glowing bright white. But you know, no point in worrying about it because now we're going straight through here. And then we make it to the end of here. Unfortunately, we skipped this cutscene, but yeah, Delaney dies. Anyway, time to murder some people ourselves. So this one, just like usual, using our spider drone a lot, and that does most of our damage, except this guy's being really annoying. I guess I'll throw something at you. And last guy should be right here, so we deal with those guys, can make it out there. And now, hey, look, we're matching. Yep, me and Martin Lee, kind of two birds of a feather, not gonna lie. But what he's going to do is he puts skulls on all these people's faces. And these people will now try to attack me, which is pretty annoying. But what we can do is we can just hit them with webs and stuff to take them out. Then he's gonna go up to this rhino guy, try to take him out. And of course, this guy's already angry at us for webbing him to the ground. So he's really gonna try. Can you not get on my back, man? But we're pretty much only focusing on this rhino guy. And finally, after a bit, oh, come on. Game, there we go. We get on his back, we can ride him all the way out, and we can deal with this guy. These big guys are always so tough, but that probably gave him a concussion. Yeah, he's not gonna wake up from that one very easily. So after we're done with that, we're actually gonna take off our costume. You know, it was only for the costume party. I don't wanna use it too much. But now we can also head over to Midtown, teleport over there. That is where our next mission's gonna be. And we just gotta go sit on this stump, of course, ignoring MJ's calls just like usual. She should be used to it at this point. Now, what we gotta do is get into Oscorp so we can learn more about Devil's Breath. And first, we can head down here, scan that there, then head up to this place where we can start hacking. It's pretty easy to hack, too. My boy's kind of insane with it, and that's gonna be number one. But also, Sable's security starts noticing that something's wrong, so they start pointing guns at us. And at this point, we can't get caught at all, so we do not want to get seen by these guns. Otherwise, the mission will be failed. So just gonna go up here, and next one is going to be this spot. Spider-Man? Spider-Man. Sometimes my boy, I don't know what the decisions he's making are, but that's going to be number two. And after we hack the second, now they also add helicopters or drones or something, and they're also going to patrol. Now for this one, what we can do is just head straight over to this other side, over towards the drones. Obviously, it's going to be where the drones are. So here is going to be our third box. Pack that one, just like usual. And now there's helicopters. So they're really bringing everybody out at this point. But now what we want to do is head over in this direction, over to where the tower says Oscorp and where the O is. We almost got seen by that guy. That was really close, but this is going to be our last hack. And that is going to open up that vent so we can go inside the building, which puts us right in this vent. And now the Oscorp guys are like, oh, should we lock down? Oh, they're not actually saying it. Usually they're like, oh, should we lock down? And then they're like, no, there's an important meeting going on right now. Yeah, not really stuff I care about. But we see that Norman is talking to somebody, and that somebody is Fisk. So yeah, kind of not the greatest person in the world. We get a chance to see him really quick. Looking good, not gonna lie. But after he makes it through, I will go right through here and we can go check on his computer where we get to learn about Devil's Breath in probably the worst presentation I've ever seen. Why is it so purple? There should be more visuals. You know, how many people have worked on this? I feel like this was made by a 5th grader for just a random research project. This is like the most expensive company in the world. What is this? But we learn what Devil's Breath is and hear that an infected subject could trigger a global epidemic. And we also learned that Dr. Michaels always has it with him, so yeah, we gotta go find our boy. So now time to head over to MJ. She's doing some more sneaking around, but we decide, you know, we don't really trust her enough, so we gotta go help her out ourselves. Now the question is, can I get this photo? Oh, somehow that worked. I take literally the worst photos. Why do these always happen. But yeah, we make it there before our phone call finishes. We should literally be able to see her, but she's already somehow here. Doesn't really make any sense, but you know, I guess it's a game. Anyways, 15 minutes earlier. This definitely wasn't 15 minutes earlier. It was like 2 seconds earlier. But now time to get past the guard. And thankfully, MJ now has a new device to help her. So what we can do is throw these lures. And then what the lures will do is actually distract these guys. Then we can just sneak past them since they'll be looking the other way. Yet again, Sable's guards proving to be the worst workers in all of time. Like, I could just walk past this guy. He definitely should be able to see me, but terrible at his job, or he just doesn't care enough. And then we can take our first picture over here, which is going to be all those guys. Now we see Standish is getting escorted by all these people, so we got to go get the boy. We'll hop down in this area where we see a couple more of these dudes. First of all, we'll move this guy slightly over, and excuse me. Okay, I don't want to take that risk. We'll make him go slightly more over. I maybe could have made it. Probably not worth it. So we'll just go behind them. Thank you very much. We'll also distract this dude by throwing this thing down. Dude has no idea what's happening and also don't want to get caught by all these people. Please, game, just let me make it through. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Now there's going to be a truck, which is perfect coverage for us because you can see those people right over there. Thankfully, it's just slow enough for me to be able to like switch between walking and running. Works out pretty well. Now we're heading up here. You know, everybody in this game is so confident. I would not be doing this. MJ, very impressive, not gonna lie. But now we gotta distract this dude, move him out of the way. And then there's also this guy, which we'll use one of our lures. See you later, dude. Terrible at your job. Now another time for a picture. Thank you very much for that. And only a little bit longer to have to do. We can go and cause this distraction, get people to look over there. Don't worry about me, guys. I'm just busy. Yeah, thank you for not noticing. I have this bright green jacket, but somehow it's just not noticeable at all. Now we will wait for these people to pass really quick before then we'll go and place this lure. That's going to cause that guy to go in that direction. We can sneak right behind him and go into the tent over to Standish. Now MJ tries to talk to him and she's actually getting somewhere, but Peter comes in and ruins the entire conversation. So she gets really upset and storms away. Yeah, kind of unlucky. Back to square one with MJ. It happens. But you know what we can do? Get some more suit mods. So we'll just get a couple of these for now. I'll take those ones. And while MJ tries to complain to us, we might as well be getting some backpacks. First is going to be a good luck card. Second will be a nice keychain. I love how I'm doing this while she's complaining to me and telling me why we broke up. Kinda awkward. And third, that's going to be a stealth fragment. And fourth, after she's finally done talking to us, we can go straight over here and we're actually going to deal with another Fisk hideout because we need to do this in order to get an upgrade that we want. Now, we'll start dealing with them. In general, the Fisk hideouts are probably the easiest ones out of all of them. And yes, there will be more hideouts we get very soon. But yeah, these ones, not too hard. We can just do our normal stuff, use our web blossoms, use our spider drones. You already know. And finally, after just a bit of fighting, that's going to be that Fisk hideout done, which is also going to give us enough base tokens to get our next suit mod. This one's going to be full charge capacitors, and it's going to increase our damage whenever we're above 100 health. So yeah, you can obviously see why we wanted that so much, and it's going to be really helpful. Now we're just going to get to do some more Spidey stuff as we're waiting for our next mission. Might as well get some more crimes. Gotta love these crimes where you can just do a web blossom, takes care of literally everybody at the same time. I love it. And Miles's mom tries to call me. To be honest, I don't really care about your call. I gotta go and do some more research stations. Now, instead of actually doing a mission here, there's no reason to. But we can use the tech to try to find a second spider bot that we lost earlier. So we'll go and use our first one. And yay, we get to use this guy again. Which this one's fun because you get to go on like the playground and stuff. We can also shoot people with spider webs, but they're not really coming out. Kind of weird. But yeah, we're basically just following where the old spider bot went in the past. And this spider bot somehow was able to make it in that tiny hole. Really impressive tech, not gonna lie. Then we go through the traffic. See this guy. This guy's awesome. Look at him flip that side. Impressive. But we just keep following on the way, come over here, are able to play some basketball for a second. And finally, once we make it over into this place, here's where a bird is gonna come down and swoop and take our spider. Yeah, the guy is literally just flying with us. He's kind of insane. Then the guy is gonna drop us in his nest along with his eggs. Not really sure why he would do that, but we can just go jump over here, take it back. We don't even take the second one. I don't understand what the purpose of this mission was, but whatever, we're good to go. And finally, after all that stuff, time for our next lab mission. So So we'll head over here. Might as well, though, go and do this challenge because I don't want to be to work on time. That's what my boss gets. He's a jerk. And this one's a little bit different because now we're going to have to follow a drone. But instead of just following it, for some reason, you also have to go inside these blue circles. I think it's because it's like dropping a bomb or something. I don't know. But yeah, pretty cool mission. Not my favorite ones in the world, but they're all right. It also allows you to do some pretty fun spider movement, but yeah, it could be a bit better. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, this part's fun though. We get to go through this tube. Cool scene. Gotta love that part. And finally, we just have these guys left. We can go grab the drone, and that's going to be that mission done. Which we somehow got all the challenge tokens, so pretty cool. But now, after that little fun part, we can actually go to the lab. So we'll go take a look at this thing. Did it not register the mission? It didn't register the mission. Okay, after waiting for a bit, we'll finally actually get our mission. We had to do a call of Taskmaster. He's an annoying guy. Now we see Octavius working on some stuff. I don't really care about what it is, but he's telling us we actually have to upgrade it. We do pretty much all the work. I know we're only here for 2 minutes at a time, but we really are the main reason why this lab is working out. So we see this module. Its current response time is 5.7 milliseconds, but we want it under 3. And of course, I'm the greatest person at puzzles ever, so I'm gonna be able to do it pretty easily. That's the first one, getting it down to 4.9. Now for number 2, that'll get it down to 3.6. And the neural chip will get it down to 2.8. So we did what we needed. Like usual, did a great job. We skip a cinematic, and that's all we're doing today. He does want us to go in his office first, though, so we check out this article. Do not care less about it, to be honest. And then we can also take a look that Doc isn't doing the greatest, and he will lose his motor function soon if something doesn't get fixed. So yeah, that's why we're doing all this. He just wants to save himself. But we get a text from Aunt May. We got to go to Feast. So bye forever, Otto. I'm not even going to hear the rest of your sentence. I do not care. But instead of going straight to Feast, we actually got to go check on Miles, who's going to be in this alleyway. He's going to be over here getting beat up by some thugs. And so, of course, ya boy comes to his rescue. We just use a web blossom. You already know. And we could use some spider drones. You know, we do the 1-2, the old classic. We love to see it. And yeah, that saves Miles. He has a good time meeting Spider-Man, and now time to go to Feast. Now here's where Miles decides that he doesn't want to wait and go through the security. So instead, what we're gonna do is something that is unneedingly dangerous. Miles has a hacking app, so we're gonna hack this drone and go through. And there's no reason to do this. I get it's a little bit slower, but like, it's not that bad, man. We could very easily die because of this, but you know, it is what it is. We're just trying to go fast. So that's part 1. Then it gives you 2 options to either go under or above. We're going to take the above option. And then we see some more drones. These guys have guns on them and all that. Kind of terrifying. But hey, I'm Miles Morales. I'll be fine. Nothing will ever go wrong, probably. We'll just take those guys out nice and easy. Able to make it straight down here. These Sable guards are literally the worst at their job ever. And yeah, we made it to the end, which is time for my favorite part, watching these guys play basketball. Now, pretty much for this basketball game, they just do the same thing over and over again. We got this guy. He does a dribble move, goes up for the 3, gets in there. The other guy is so upset, and he's like, yep, give me the ball back. So now they go back. It's time for the other guy to do his thing. He goes through, boom, hits it, gets the 3, easy. So now we go back to the original position. We got our boys again. All right, it's this guy's turn. What's he gonna do? Goes through, does the dribble move, boom, goes up for the 3. They're kind of insane at this game. They only hit 3s. Anyways, that's that, and now we can go through. So we have some nice Feast cutscenes, but we're not too worried about that. We gotta go back to being Spider-Man. Now at this point, they're gonna be moving Michaels, who has the Devil's Breath, so we gotta go make sure that nothing goes wrong there, because, you know, our police are not really the greatest in the world. Well, I guess this is the Sable agents that are doing this, but they're also not the greatest in the world. And of course, it gets stolen pretty easily in these cutscenes. Good thing we were watching out and making sure that, you know, somebody could do something. So now time for another truck chase. But this one is pretty fun because what we get to do is just beat up guys all the time. There's going to somehow be an endless supply of guys, and we can just go for them. Like, how many people fit in a single truck? I'm not sure, but we're just gonna keep punching them because we can. Now, the Sable people are trying to destroy the car, which has Devil's Breath in it, because they're not smart at all. Silver Sable calls us. She's like, hey, I'm on the walkie-talkie. You gotta stop doing this. And we're like, you're literally the worst person I've ever met. Also, that person just fell off the car. That was hilarious looking. But yeah, of course, the demons just completely take care of all the Sable agents. Sable is trash. So we gotta do everything just like usual. We'll get rid of that guy first. Destroy this car. Nice and easy. Just like normal stuff. There will be one more car we have to take care of. So it's pretty much the exact same thing. But then there's this whip guy. He whips his own car, and now we gotta go towards him. Dude dude is kind of annoying. I kind of just want to get him to get knocked off. Thank you, rocket launcher guy. That actually helped me out. I appreciate that. But this guy is just going to keep fighting us. I'm pretty sure you actually can't beat him. We're just waiting for a cutscene trigger. I mean, I'll use my web blossom. Whee! Oh, actually, we got rid of him. Nice. And now we're just waiting because you're not supposed to beat him, I'm pretty sure. So I'm just hanging out on the truck. We see this guy preaching, you know, doing his thing before the trucks come through, almost kill him. And that guy who's eating a garbage hot dog. Hope he's doing well. But we see Martin Lee. He's not really having our stuff. He doesn't really want to work with us at all. So we try to get in his car. He tries to kick us down. And then the car door falls off. We almost get run over. That was really close. But somehow we're able to keep ourselves alive. And we can start walking through here. But I think I know what's wrong. We got to switch our suit back. We got to be twinsies yet again. Otherwise, Lee is not going to accept us. Maybe if we're twinsies, he'll be like, oh, you're a good guy, just like me. And we'll be able to work together. He likes us so much that he takes us into an alternate dimension. So yeah, this is pretty cool. Having a good time. Now, Lee is basically trying to teach us that what he's doing is right, and that's because Norman, the boss of Oscorp, is kind of a terrible person. So he's trying to tell us, hey, I'm just trying to kill this dude. He's done so many terrible things. You should actually help me. But you know, we're Spider-Man, so we're not really listening to it. Now, after Lee trauma dumps for a while, he tells us to put on the mask, but I tell him that's not what the point of the mask is, and instead we start attacking him. So he's gonna start sending out a bunch of guys, but I'm just gonna use my spider drones. I don't even have to fight them. My spider drones can do everything. And we always get more spider drones because every time we kill one of these guys, we just get more of them. So I can kind of just chill out. Yeah, what's up, Lee? You know, I don't think your guys are winning right now, man. They're trying. He'll even spawn more dudes. I have so many spider drones. This isn't gonna work. I just love spider drones so much. They completely break the game. And dude is really trying. He keeps summoning more people, thinking they're gonna be able to do something. If the other ones couldn't do anything, what makes you think those guys can? Dude, I am showing you my true strength. Do you see all these spider drones I'm sending out on you? But now we can start actually attacking him. Just trying to get a little bit of damage in until he tries to suck us in, try to be our friend, all that kind of stuff. He doesn't really know how to make friends. But now he really tries to show us what the point of the mask is. We just don't care. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our rockets back at him. He really shouldn't be using these rockets in the first place because he should realize they're the reason I'm destroying his mask. If it wasn't for him shooting these rockets, he might be able to do this. But, you know, not the smartest person in the world. So that's going to be another one right there. And then we can get this one, and that should destroy the mask, getting us out of this hallucination. So now we finally get out of there. We can punch the guy, you know, kind of try to deal with him finally. Where we're going to try to take down this truck, somehow not killing these people, hopefully. Using all of our strength, people almost getting run over, but we are kind of insane at our jobs. So everyone's safe, probably, maybe, but also not really my problem. And after doing a bit of waking up, we skip another cinematic, but Martin Lee escaped. All right, time to get rid of this suit. You know, I don't think I really should be this guy's twin. I think maybe he's not the greatest guy in the world. Just maybe. Anyways, time to look for Martin Lee, and thankfully Yuri actually has a lead like right away. Kind of insane. But we're gonna check this car. Unfortunately, no more Devil's Breath here. And we try to call MJ, but she doesn't pick up. For some reason, Spider-Man thinks that's really weird. Sometimes people just don't pick up right away, man. But anyways, we're at a nice convention. Looks like a pretty fun time. Now we're gonna ignore literally everything at the convention and go straight over here. We'll take a look at this guy and then have a cutscene we skip. But basically the demons come by and now we're all of their hostages until Norman comes by and they can kill him. Now we have to show Spider-Man what he has to look out for, which is going to be the drones. And we can also tell him to go through that vent. And this is probably one of my favorite parts of this game, just because it's really cool to play another character while you get to watch Spider-Man do what he does. I'm going to be honest, somebody should be noticing this guy. He's wearing bright red, like, come on, man. But we see a tablet that's going to control the drones. So we use a distraction right on this clock tower thing. And for some reason, literally every single villain goes towards it. There is no reason for them all to do this. Maybe some should look at the drone controls or something, but you know, really not the smartest people in the world. And they just keep looking towards it. Like, is anyone going to look at a separate place? But I guess it gives me the perfect chance to go and swipe this tablet, skip a cutscene, and unfortunately MJ got caught. Now they're trying to take me out, probably execute me, but thankfully Spider-Man's right here. He's able to kick away the person, web him up, and we're safe. So now we just have to go do some more MJ stuff. And this is where it really starts getting fun, this part. First of all, we'll just dodge this guy by going up a different staircase. Dude is not smart. Then we can head over here where unfortunately we see some more drones, but you know, we deal with them. And there's a couple of these guys, which now we can use Spider-Man to take out some of these people. If it lets me, hello? Game. I really want to take out these people. All right, whatever. You know, I'm just not going to worry about them. Hopefully I make it through. Thank you. That was way too risky. I'll show you him taking them out eventually. Okay, we're going to have those people look in different directions. We can take out one of those guys. Then there's going to be these dudes where we want to go and have that guy look the other direction. There you go, Spider-Man. Take out that dude. As we go through here, now we can sit in this spot where we want this guy to look in a different direction. That was not a good lure. Okay, man, I just need you to look over there really quick. I'd appreciate it. Thank you very much. And we can go straight over to this area where it starts a cutscene. Now, I am right in front of this dude. He should be able to see me. But, you know, he's too entranced by how good Martin Lee looks, so I can't really blame him. Now, at this point, we'll use a Spider-Man takedown where he's going to destroy some stuff, knock down this entire thing, hit a bunch of people, and Martin Lee's going to start the timer for the bomb, which will release Devil's Breath. So now I have to go and defuse the bomb. Now, I have no idea how to defuse a bomb, let's be honest. But, I mean, I can try. Now, I believe it's this, and then this. Okay, thankfully I somehow did it the right order. I was not sure if I was going to do it, but there we go. Now we don't have to worry about Devil's Breath. So now it's time to actually be Spider-Man. But right here, we're not actually going to want to take these guys out. We want them to notice us, and we want them to call for backup. That way that we can start this next cutscene faster. So we'll get everybody to notice us. We say, MJ, you gotta go. She and the rest of the people are going to run away. They kind of just let us because, I mean, Spider-Man's a bigger deal. And right away, we'll use one of our web blossoms. Looks pretty good to me. And I think I should be able to actually upgrade these really quick. Oh, I can actually upgrade it twice. Nice. So that's going to make my spider drones even better. So yeah, we're just taking out all these people. It's going to be easy. Now we just have to take out a few of these guys before Martin Lee boards the train, and I can just go straight over towards here. So yeah, I'm here as well. What's up, man? Now we get a little bit of a boss fight with our boy. Used to be my brother. We used to share the same suit, but now he's kind of annoying. So we'll start out. Oh, I was supposed to dodge that, but we'll just start kicking him a few times. He's not really the best at blocking in the world. I guess I'm not either, but it doesn't really matter too much. He does a single punch, and we'll hit him twice over there. Get him for a couple more hits. He's doing terribly, I'm not going to lie. This is where he's going to get two of his boys, and instead of them helping him, he's just going to suck their power away from them, so kind of unlucky. And now it's time to dodge his attacks. So he will do these center attacks, and what we have to do is go on the walls. Pretty easy to dodge, not going to lie. I literally just go to the side. We'll do another one right there, then one right there, then one right there, and finally he's tired, so we can start punching him just like normal. We'll get a few hits in until he's like, hey man, can you please stop? And he hits us against here. Dude, we were doing so well. How do we get knocked in this? Then he throws us all the way to the other train. That was really convenient that we landed in the window. But time for the second part, where now we have to jump over his attacks, or we also have to dodge them sometimes, so it kind of combines both of them. But that'll be a jump there, another jump. We'll do, oh, I didn't dodge there, but it doesn't matter. We just lose a little bit of health. Now we can hit him a couple of times. You know, kind of normal stuff. Get into the next cutscene where he'll start attacking us. He's really thinking he's going to be able to beat me, but all we have to do is punch him in the face. He loses all of his focus. Go for the double kick right there. Put him into the electricity. He can't deal with it. And yeah, that pretty much beats Martin Lee. But now what we have to do is stop this train from hitting the other train. So we're going to try to use our webs right here. Unfortunately, it's not really going to work. But we have to decide what to do really quickly. So what we're going to do here is move up the train tracks. So that way, instead of the train hitting the other train, it goes through the ceiling out here, and yeah, that's kind of insane. So yeah, that's pretty good. And now we finally defeated Martin Lee. So now we get another part of the game where we can just do more missions, and I'm gonna go for a couple challenges, which this one's gonna be another bomb challenge. Honestly, out of all the challenges, this one's probably the easiest. But yeah, pretty easy stuff. All we gotta do is get rid of the 3 bombs. That should be, how do we only get 2 stars? Thankfully, it doesn't matter how many tokens you get, but I feel like we should have gotten 3 there, let's be honest. Now for our next challenge, it's another drone one. For most of these challenges, I'll probably only talk about them a bit because it's the same thing over and over again, but yeah, we're just doing it. But right over here is gonna be that one done. Plenty of time to spare. And now we can go back to Octavius Labs, which this time there's a cutscene we skip, and we see there's a lot wrong that has happened. Basically, Otto tried to use the stuff on himself, but there are a lot of critical failures going on, which is going to cause his personality to change, some of his motor functions to get lost, just a bunch of terrible stuff. You can see seizures seizures, short-term memory loss, long-term memory loss, some degradation, just tons of terrible stuff. So yeah, not looking good. But we don't have time to worry about that too much. I got other stuff to do, like heading over and doing some demon hideouts. Now these ones I'd say are more interesting than the Fisk ones, because first of all, you have to deal with these people just on top of a building and then go inside of it. And also in these ones, we're working with MJ instead of working with Yuri. But pretty much the exact same thing as last time, where we just have to kill a bunch of these guys. And there are going to be a total of 6 waves. So yeah, I'll let you know when it's done. Where are they? Where are they? Where are you? But that is going to be our first demon warehouse done. So pretty easy. Now we call MJ, she's able to call the police, and we're good to go. Also, before we go over to check on Feast, I might as well get this backpack, which is going to be all the way up here. Ooh, and that one's a physics book. Looking pretty good. Anyways, Miles, I don't really care what you have to say. I'm just going to go over to Feast. So at Feast, there's just going to be a couple more cutscenes, which of course we're going to skip. So yeah, but now it's time for an interesting mission, and a mission I'm pretty excited for, because after this mission, I finally get a break and I can actually get up, get some water, all that kind of stuff. So let's go. Oh, but before we get there, another crime. So we're heading over towards this bridge. There's going to be a couple police cars, all that sort of stuff. And we're going to find out that Devil's Breath again got stolen. Yep, this just always has to happen. Why do we still trust Sable? Then at the same time, the prison is having a riot and prisoners are escaping. So now we're over here. These first couple of people, I'm just going to let the spider drones deal with them. I'm sure they'll be fine. And then we'll head straight over here where we have some more spider drones. I just love my spider drones. You already know at this point. They're so good. They take care of people so fast too. It looks like they might have left where is this person? Oh, he's on top of the building. I don't think I've ever seen this guy over here before, but we can take you out. Then there's a couple inmates over here. You already know. We're using these. We're using one of those. Easy. That's going to be that first group of people. Now we're going to have to see that we got to go save one of the people in the prison. So goodbye, guys. Oh, I can also electrocute these guys. That's pretty fun. See you later, dude. Probably dead now. But that saves a guard. And now we can go over to these guys who are just beating up a poor car. Look, it's not the car's fault. I don't know. I don't think the car deserved it. Let me know in chat if you did. And also, while you're there, you might as well leave a like and subscribe. Especially if you've watched this much of the video, you're probably enjoying the content. I'm just saying. Now for the last little part of this section, we have this area where we're just sending out some spider drones. And finally, after a bit of fighting some people, some of these guys are starting to take a helicopter. Now we got to go and use all of our spider powers to make sure that they're not able to move this helicopter. My dude has the strength of like a million people. They of course fire a rocket launcher straight at me. We do the coolest dodge in the world, kick him right out. I'm pretty sure he's dead. We get rid of that person as well. Try to save the helicopter by dealing with that dude, or I guess we don't try to save it. I mean, it's fine. It's not like it exploded or anything. And now another skipping the cinematic until now we're inside the prison. So there's a lot of people who are pretty powerful right now who don't really like me because Spider-Man probably put most of these people in prison. But you already know what we're doing. We're just taking care of them. Like, if they couldn't beat me before, what makes them think they're gonna beat me now? Honestly, if I was a prisoner and I wanted to get out, I would just run away from Spider-Man. Why are you trying to fight him right now? But I guess they aren't the smartest people in the world. That's the first little group done. Now we try to open up that door and do a little cutscene we skip. I'm pretty sure that was like Electro that attacked us there, if you watch the cutscene. It was one of the people. Basically, a bunch of the supervillains are also escaping. And look, it's Scorpion. But before we deal with the supervillains, we gotta deal with the regular guys. So spider drone time, you already know. Now I'll deal with a couple of these people before we come over here, but we get electrocuted by Electro. And this dude's trying to flirt with us a little bit, so he's like, oh yeah, you should come chase me, Spider-Man. Yeah, he really wants me. I'm not into him personally, but, you know, I appreciate it. You know, it's a compliment at least. So he's gonna keep running around electrocuting everything he can find. Honestly, it would be a pretty fun power to be Electro, given you can just electrocute everything and fly at the same time. But we go in to attack him. Unfortunately, though, here's where Vulture comes through and attacks his back. Also, this is one of my favorite parts, where he tries to talk to us. We spray him in the face. Oh, I love that part so much. We interrupt what he's saying to spray him with our spider web. And finally, after a bit of that, we catch up to Electro, we skip his cutscene, and now we just gotta go chase after him. So we'll just dodge these places little by little, or either tank it. You can either tank it or dodge it. Either way works. And finally, we make it up to the top, where we get a long cutscene. All of this is unskippable, but basically what happens is we learn that all of our greatest villains have escaped, and now they're gonna work together to fight us. So yeah, bit of a problem. Oh yeah, also Otto's working with them too. Kind of unlucky. So after all that happened, not only is every single person in the world against me, Sable's against me, the demons are, the prisoners, and also Fistmen. But also we have all these super villains to deal with, and here's where we're gonna do literally all of the extra missions. All of the backpacks, landmarks, side missions, warehouses, all that stuff, we're gonna do right now before we get to the next mission. Oh yeah, and especially we're also gonna do the crimes. Now for the crimes, I'm probably gonna skip most of them for this video, because honestly, it's just the same thing over and over again, and there are a lot of them. But if you wanna watch the full speedrun, I would recommend going to my Twitch, checking that out afterwards, and you can see me doing the rest of it. It's just not that interesting. So another demon warehouse done, nice and easy. Warehouses are also a thing where unless they're a new one, I'll probably skip over them in this video as well. But there are 2 ones that we haven't seen yet, so I'll mention those when we get to them. But now it's time to start going through the map, and we'll start with the bottom of it. So basically what we want to do here is just make a sweep through each area of the map. So like we'll go right to the bottom where we see all these guys, and we have to defeat these. It's just another one of these challenges. Better challenges than going after the drones or anything like that. Not the biggest fan of those. But it is a time challenge, so we have to defeat all these villains before time runs out. Still pretty easy thing to do, as you've been seeing. And that's gonna be all those guys. Super easy combat challenge. Oh wait, there was one more person. I thought we were done. I was going on my day. What? Where are these people coming from? There keep being more people on this roof, but hopefully, okay, there we go. That's the end of those guys. Nice and easy. And then we can also see there are a couple backpacks, so we'll go towards those as well. Oh, but while we're doing this stuff, once you get enough of these Taskmaster missions done, Taskmaster is actually going to come after you. So this is the perfect time to buy our new suit, which is going to give us quad damage. I will go back to the OG. Don't worry, there will be a suit we will be switching to eventually, but basically he's learned his moves from us and he's been stealing them. But now we can use our quad damage, and this is going to help us take care of him a lot easier. So we want to throw things at him. That's going to confuse him. We can hit him with a couple things, and he runs away like a little wimp. Little embarrassing, not gonna lie. He talked big game, but he's gonna come back later. And we can grab this backpack. That one's gonna be a locket. Wow, Peter only really thinks about MJ. Or who's the other person? Is that Harry? I'm not sure. Hopefully it's Harry and not like MJ and her new boyfriend. That would be pretty funny, to be fair. But there's our next backpack, wheat cake recipe. And there's also a research station right by here. Now, this is a pretty fun one where we're trying to help make a bacteria that will dissolve plastics. The unfortunate thing is we have them in our web fluid, which means we can't use our regular webs. We still can web zip and do all these point launches and stuff like that, but regular swing we can't do anymore, which isn't too much of a problem, to be honest. Like, this is kind of a normal way I move usually sometimes. But we'll head right over here where we get to see some trash. We can go take a couple of those samples, and that's going to be 3. Now we can go back to the lab. And yeah, we're just web zipping back. Pretty easy mission, to be honest. It is fun to not be able to use regular web swinging, though. Kind of interesting. Now we make it into Octavius's lab. Probably the first time we've been here since we got betrayed. It would be funny if he was just chilling in here and he's like, well, hello, Peter. How are you doing? Unfortunately, that doesn't happen, but it would be funny. Now we got to go process the bacteria. We'll take some of that, head over here, and it's time for another puzzle, which you already know me, the puzzle master. Let's be honest. And now we got the bacteria working. And we can also finally start web swinging again, which is pretty good. We didn't really need it, but you know, what's Spider-Man without web swinging? Now we head right back here over to this trash. We're able to use the bacteria, and it's actually working pretty well. Would be cool if we had this in real life, but you know, does a pretty good job, at least in the video game. So that's that done. And there's only a few things in this area left. We got a side mission and a couple of these places. Oh, Yuri is gonna call me and she's like, oh, you have to help my officers and all that. Dude, I don't care. I'm doing side missions. That's much more important, Yuri. So we got next challenge, another drone challenge. I'm always a little disappointed when I see these. Like, some of the challenges are fun, and then some of them are just, you know, like the drone challenge is just the worst pigeon challenge. That's the best way I can describe it. This one was also a really long one, but we got her done. Now next up, we have the prisoner outpost, which these ones are pretty interesting. This is another one of the hideouts that you have to do where you just have to defeat a bunch of people, and they come in a total of 6 waves. These ones are always going to be on roofs and a bunch of connected roofs. They're a little annoying because often a lot of these guys are really spread out, but a nice thing about them is we also have the mini map, so we can see exactly where they're going to be. Pretty much same old though. You just beat up some bad guys. And for that, we're using our spider drones, we're using our specials, and we're using our web blossoms. You already know. But that is that prisoner camp done. And like with the other things, I probably won't go over them this video, but yeah, I will be getting them done. It's just fighting. Now, last thing we have in this area is going to be a side mission with this cop. So what we have to do here is protect people who work for Norman from getting sniped. And all we have to do for that is just come at them, not get noticed, and take them out. That's going to be number one, but there's a few more we have to get. Now, next one going to be right here. Just get him. We didn't even see who he was trying to shoot at. Thankfully, we have the spidey sense enough to just know exactly where everyone is. Third sniper going to be right here. Dude, you are terrible at your job. I don't know why they're waiting so long to snipe. I guess maybe they're trying to do it all at the same time, but they could have done it a while ago, and there would have been no chance for Spider-Man to get in their way. And finally, last one, which is actually going to be a group of people. We can do one of these web blossoms, get him off the building. That guy's definitely dead. And there we go. Now, finally, after taking out all the snipers, we got to head down here, where it's going to be this Coliseum place. Is it really a Coliseum? I don't know. But we got to be sneaky with this, because if we're not, if they see us at all, then they're going to attack us. But here's where we get to bring out one of the funniest stealth mechanics. Now, like before, you want to make sure they're not danger. So like this guy, we'll wait till he's safe. Then we can take him out. Then we can go for this guy who's also safe. And that will be easy enough. Next person, we just want to check. They are not safe, but this person is, so we can go for them and then get this person as well. And here's where I'm actually going to go and do this. We're going to use a couple of these boys because for some reason this doesn't count as getting caught. We can just shoot these people and we're fine. Yeah, my spider bots can do all that work themselves and we're good to go. We saved all the hostages. Now with all that done, this part of the map is completely finished except for all the crimes. So what you can do to speed up crimes coming is teleport somewhere. Sometimes it doesn't work, but usually when you teleport somewhere, there's going to be a crime that shows up right away. So like right here, we can go there. We press R3 a couple times and we see Sable Control talking, so we can go over there. This one is going to be one of these, and this is actually a Sable crime because now Sable, they're kind of villains as well. I mean, they were always kind of villains, to be completely honest, but there are 4 different types of crimes that we have to deal with. There are thug crimes, Sable crimes, prisoner crimes, and also demon crimes. So we have to deal with all of them. And for each of those 4 crimes, we have to do 5 of them in each area of the map. So it leads up to 65 crimes, and yeah, it's going to take a while. Oh yeah, there's 65 because one area of the map only has 5 crimes. Those are just thug ones. But yeah, we'll get to there later. For now, we're just dealing with everybody who's coming to this area. And to be honest, I'm probably going to skip through this because it's the same thing over and over again. But I'll let you know when I'm done with this part of the map. Oh, this is one of my favorite crimes, by the way, where we get in that red light. That looks so cool. I just had to show that one. But anyways, back to just grinding these out. So one thing I just learned about these crimes from my Twitch chat, and more specifically Pestilist, a Spider-Man speedrunner, go check them out, link will be in the description, is there might be a faster way to spawn crimes. Basically what you have to do is after you're done with a crime, you just sit here, wait for Spider-Man to stop talking. Then once he's done, we can start swinging away and a new crime should spawn immediately. Which, there we go, we got it. So yeah, that is another strategy you can use, which I just learned about. Thank you so much, Pestilist. Again, link in the description if you want to check them out. But yeah, back to killing people. All right, and that should be all the crimes in this area. One thing I did realize I missed was another black cat, but we can quickly go and get this little guy, which I already see him right there, right above my head. So we'll go right to that one. That's our next black cat. I think there are only a few more. And now you can see 100% of that part of the map is now done. So yeah, feels really good, but we got to do that 8 more times. I hate trash. Now, there isn't too much to do in this area that's not crimes or warehouses, but one thing we can do is another pigeon. We're almost done with collecting them. It's going to be pretty sad, I'm not going to lie. But this one is a very nimble one. It goes all the way up this building, and I think we should be able to catch it here. There we go. We definitely broke that pigeon's back. I'm going to be completely honest. But all right, we'll grab that research station, and then we'll focus on crimes. Now, with this one, we have to fix the water system that's here. First of all, we can just come down here onto this pipe. We're going to try to turn this valve just a little bit so we can fix it. We think it's a really easy fix at first, but then these things start having leaks. I love how Spider-Man always talks about, oh, what if Jameson does this and that? And it's like, dude, you are obsessed with him, be honest. But all right, so what we're going to do is we just have to use our webs to go and plug That's a spider drone. Oh, also, this is probably the perfect time. We can go to the gadget and we might as well get our web shooter upgrades. These will help because we'll have more web shooters and yeah, pretty good. And especially on a mission like this, we want as many web shooters as possible. Even though they don't matter too much, they'll still be helpful to have more. So we just have to aim for these individual spots, follow the map. It's a little bit weird to control while you're trying to swing. Hopefully that one hits. Nice. But I like this mission. Not the best research station, but also not the worst. You kind of just plug some holes. And finally, on to the last one. That's going to be all of those. Now we just have to head over here. And before all of our webs explode, because that would probably also be bad, we see that the drainage is blocked. So we just got to go pull this as soon as it lets us, and it's good to go. So yeah, that is under pressure. Now we'll wait until here, and it's time for some more crimes. Yep, again, I'll let you know when we're done with this part. And that is going to be all of Chinatown done. So we're making it through. Next one, let's get a couple of these side missions. And we're heading back into Octavius Industries, where we're going to go over to our work desk and reverse engineer the thing that MJ got from Tombstone, because now it's time for the Tombstone side missions. Now, what we do for this side mission is we're just following the signal. They give us a lot of these, to be honest, but we will make it close. Once you get a bit closer, it's hard to find the exact alleyway, but it should be right over here. And there goes the car. These guys are jerks. Now I gotta get rid of them. We can see 3 people right in there. Thankfully, we have our special red vision, and I don't even do anything during this part. It just happens automatically. Spider-Man gets rid of those people. We stop the car, and time to deal with these people. And by me dealing with them, I more mean my spider drones. Pretty much the same thing, you know? He is going to have more people coming through on their motorcycles. They try to attack. They're really not good at it. And even more people on more motorcycles. Guys, are you not getting what's happening? Like, as soon as they get up, you're going to die. It's not worth it. I'll even throw your motorcycle on this other guy. Okay, we missed. And that might have killed someone, but not really my problem. But that is going to be all those people. Now we can check the back of the truck. We'll see a bunch of chemical containers and stuff like that. Not really too much that's going to help us find them, but we know it's from the Alchemex plant in Harlem, so we'll go there later. That's going to be the first part of this mission, but we'll have to deal with the rest of the Tombstone later, because I got stuff to do. Like our next black cap, baby. I'm kind of sad we're almost done with these, but they're always fun. This one is going to be right in this door, right by the umbrellas. Such a cute stuffed animal. I need to get one of those, I'm not gonna lie. And that is our second to last one we have to get, so that's pretty good. All that's really left in here is both this challenge and a side mission. Now the challenge is going to be another bomb challenge. You've already seen it. I don't need to show you again. But that is going to be all 4 of those done. Easy like usual. Taskmaster's got to make some better challenges, but now it is time to go and do our side missions, which are right over there. But this side mission isn't only going to be a singular one. It's actually going to be like 5. You'll see when I get to it in a second. And once we get to it, we see a really smart guy who tells us he has a facial recognition software and is going to help us find his roommate who's been missing since the Halloween party. He uses his software to find where he's at, and we know that it's going to be down towards the south, so we'll start heading over there. Thankfully, I already know where all these locations are, or at least I'm pretty confident in them. And once we head over here, we will see a rooftop lounge, which here is going to be more of the people that Martin Lee transformed into like the evil versions of themselves. So we just have to take them out. Luckily, these guys get taken out in a single hit, or we can use our spider drones, and yeah, they're just kicking people. It's kind of hilarious what they do. But you know, it's probably also not a great thing, so we'll take them out nice and easy. Then we do a quick talk with the roommate. He's like, oh, I have no idea what happened. And yeah, that's Philip mission number 1. But we got to do this a few more times. And luckily, since we're so late into the game, we can do these all right at the same time. We don't even have to wait. We just go and do one after the other. So we'll see our boy Philip again. And he shows us some more people by the train tracks. And I know that this one is going to be all the way in Harlem and around in this direction. So we'll start swinging over there. This is one of the really nice parts about having so many fast travel locations. We can just head there. We don't even have to worry about it. Now this one, it's not just going to be beating people up. We have to find them first. So we'll talk to this injured student. He tells us they ran up the street. So yeah, we just have a wild goose chase we got to go on. And then once we get here, we just watch them run away. Like, we could be attacking them. They're literally attacking people right now. But we just sit here and we're like, yeah, I mean, I guess we should help them. And finally, we actually get to do it. People are running in fear, and we took so long. He's just kicking that guy. Look at him. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of love these guys just because of how funny they look when they do their things. But we just have to take out a few more. Oh, I can actually web blossom here. Take that, idiots. And that should be all the guy. Oh, wait, nope, there's one more. Gotta go in here. There's this guy who's just chilling. We hit him with a door. He's probably not gonna wake up for a while. But yeah, that's gonna be number 2. One thing also to mention is every time we come near this guy, he has more people around him. He's just making more friends. I guess he is saving their lives. Now, next one is going to be in the upper west side where we have to head over in this direction. And basically for this one, there's a kid who's trying to attack a gang because he's sick and tired of them terrorizing the neighborhood, which is a very bad idea. They're just beating this kid up. Like, it's literally just him too. So now we have to help him and take care of the gang. Also, there are all these people who are kind of just watching, chilling with the gang right here. I mean, to be fair, not really their problem, but I'll take out a few of them stealthily. And then we can actually go for these people. We'll use a couple drones, use some web blossoms, and yeah, pretty much just destroy the gang as much as possible until Steve decides that now he wants to attack us. Now, luckily, we already have a bunch of spider drones out there, so what they're gonna do is shoot him. The way he falls down, man. And yeah, that's number 3. And while we are in this section, it is also a good point to do a Sable base, which I actually haven't done yet, so I'll explain this one. Now, Sable bases, what they're doing is, first of all, you have to deal with these first group of people. Before you even get to the waves, we have to destroy all these people. So we'll just go through, use our spider drones. You already know the memo. We also have to deal with these towers outside and pull them down. But yeah, overall, pretty simple stuff. I usually get the towers first just because, you know, might as well. Now we should have a bunch of people trying to attack us, so we can start dealing with these dudes. And after dealing with that first wave, we see that they have people in a prison. And they're just people who are protesting the Sable base, and they put them in prison. So yeah, I don't know why we use Sable to protect this city, but it's not a good idea. Anyways, back to just doing the waves. You already know, same thing as always. But finally, after defeating all those guys, we can actually release these people from their prison. You know, just the peaceful protesters that they put in here. So we'll open them up, and yeah, we did it. You're welcome, guys. They don't even say thank you. I worked really hard to do that. But yeah, now for all the bases, I'm just gonna skip over them this video. Just know they're getting done. And we're heading back to our next mission with our boy Philip. We head back. He has even more people around him. People love this guy now. So for this one, we're gonna head over to this bridge. And this is our second to last Philip mission. I know everyone's a fan of Philip. I am as well. But hey, we gotta do what we gotta do in this world. And for these guys, they should be right. Oh, nope, those are just Sable agents. My bad, guys. Didn't mean to take you out. Wrong people. Anyways, for these guys, they're over here just beating up an oil tank. What are you doing? That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I guess they don't really understand what they're doing or something, but like, why the oil tank? So we're gonna attach them to it because, you know, I guess that is what life is. And that person, I'm pretty sure they just went through the oil tank. Okay, so that's number 4 with the debate club. And finally, Philip literally has just a group of people around him. Everybody loves this guy now. And we gotta go deal with the football team. Now this one, thankfully, we don't have to go very far. It's just right over here. And there are tons of students just beating up people everywhere. So you already know what we have to do. Spider drone them. Now I'm going to deal with a couple of people, and hopefully my spider drones will be able to deal with most of them. But we'll just head over in this direction, just taking people out as we go. The spider drones kind of have a mind of their own, so you just hope they do what they need to. But now the actual football players are coming through. You can see, especially with the big guys. But this is what I saved my web blossom for, so we'll be able to use them on a couple of those dudes and just go through, start getting rid of everybody else. Unfortunately, a lot of these guys, they don't actually give you new spider drones if you take care of them. Little annoying feature, but okay, excuse me, dude. That should be all. Is there anyone else? The game's telling me there's someone else. Oh, he's all the way over here. Dude's just running for his life, but now you're dead. Enjoy that concussion, idiot. And that is finally going to be all those, so we can move on. So now that all of those things are done in this area, back to crimes, let you know when I'm done. And that is all of Greenwich completed. That's another area. Now we can move on to this next one, which it looks like there's only a few things we have to get. First one is another Sable base. You already know we're skipping over it in this video, which also, to be fair, I might skip over the challenges at this point as well, because this one, it's just fighting people. There is one other one that I'll mention when we get there, but for the other ones, we'll just skip to when we're done with them. These combat challenges are super easy too, especially compared to the Sable missions. I don't even even know what Taskmaster is trying to find. And we clean that up nice and easy before going to the second one. And another bomb one. Again, you already know what's going on. I don't have to explain it. And that's going to be that one done, which means we're back to focusing on crimes. Oh, except there is one more research station that we do have a teleport point to, but I haven't actually done it. So let's do this one first. Now we have this one where we have to check all the steam that's going through and all the pollution. You already know me, puzzle master. So now we have to scan this and find different places that it's leaking out of. We'll follow this trail first over into this section, which is going to put us right on this guy. If Spider-Man, there you go. And we'll get this one. Another easy thingy. You already know. Now we just have one last little area to go to, which is going to be over here. Another little leak. We can do this third one. And now we find out that we need to go to the very top of this building because that's where all the stuff is going to be. And you can see there's a lot of pollution going on here. So what we do here is we actually grab the concrete bags here and throw them at these barrels. And that somehow just allows us to get rid of all the pollution. Don't really know how it works, but I'm also not Spider-Man, so it's not really that important. We do that, then we can come over here. If my confused self can actually do it, we'll spray that, and that's going to deal with everything. So there's the next one. That's chemical leak. And now we can officially focus on all the crimes. I'll see you when we're done. All right, that should be the last crime in this area, so that's another 100% done. Now there's a bunch more to do here. We'll start with this mission. Side mission number one. Oh, it's this guy. So this guy's just a jerk. He's like, oh yeah, you're a menace, dude. And it's because apparently the evidence truck for Fisk got hit, and yeah, now they took it. So we got to prove to this one guy that we're actually a pretty cool person by going and finding this truck. Now at this one, we see the thugs. The evidence is right there. Why do we not use like Google Drive or something? Why is all the evidence for this man in this one folder? What year is this, man? But I guess we got to go save it because we really don't want Fisk to get off. I mean, he's kind of a terrible person and kind of might also be an understatement. So yeah, we're gonna deal with these dudes. And that should be all of those guys, which means we can go over and check the evidence. And now we got to bring it back to the cop to prove, hey, we're not that bad after all. So we bring it back to this guy, but then he's like, wait, you just happened to find them? Oh yeah, you are working. What an idiot. I kind of hate this guy, I'm not gonna lie. But now it makes me happy because they hit him with rockets. It's what you deserve, you jerk. But unfortunately, we do have to save him. So I will go and attack these people and probably hit them off building. Yep, you're dead. Okay, well, see you later, dude. Unlucky. Couldn't be me. And then they're going and attacking the entire place. They really don't want this evidence to get back to the police, which fair enough. I mean, Fisk is their boy. You can't really blame him too much, but you also can't blame me for murdering them. Like that guy I hit off a building. All right, we don't have to talk about that anymore, actually. It was an accident, you know, it was all an accident. But after we deal with those people, now we have to go back on top of this building because there's this cop who's just kind of been chilling. He's getting kicked multiple times and we got to go help him. So I'll just use my web blossom. How you doing, guys? See you later. Easiest thing in the world. And finally, after we deal with the last people, the cop changes his mind. Wow, it took all that. I don't like this guy at all. But there's our next side mission. We can go straight over to this hideout. You already know this video's skipping over that, so I'll go on to the next thing. But it's another one of these prisoners, so see you after it. And there's that prisoner camp done. Always feels good to finish these. They're really big ones. Now, only thing left in this area to do is going to be right over here, these two missions, so we'll start swinging over there. Now, these are the only challenges I really enjoy because they're stealth ones. Now, for this mission, what we have to do is defeat all these people without getting seen. So we got to make sure they're safe before we take them out. We can go for that one. We'll do this guy next. What? Okay, a little annoying. I guess I really should have made sure he was safe. All right, we'll do this a little bit better. We'll take out this guy. Then I'm going to start using some spider drones because as I've shown before, these are OP. They just don't know what to do against spider drones for some reason. This guy looks safe. We'll go for him. Then we'll go back up here. And now what we can do is use a web blossom on these because for some reason that also doesn't trigger them. So I appreciate that. Then we can deal with this guy and finally this one. That was a little bit risky, but we got it done. So that's stealth mission number one. And now the second one is going to be over by the docks, which this one a little bit harder in my opinion, but we should still be able to get it. We can see this guy's safe. First of all, I have no idea how no one else is noticing this, but it's not like I'm going to complain. Next up, we want to go for this guy. I'm right behind you. You should have heard that. I'm not going to lie. But now we should be able to come in this direction. I believe there's a person right there. you're good to go. That definitely should have saw me. What is this game? But that person's danger, and that's because we have to deal with this guy first. Then that guy is still danger, and that's because there are a couple people over here. So what I will do is use, of course, a couple of my spider drones to deal with some more people. As we head over here, there should be this dude. Hopefully spider drones are doing something. That guy is, I don't know. Oh, the spider drones are coming for him. Good job, guys. And then this guy, he's safe. We can go for him. And that's all those guys done. All right, nice and easy. Which means entire area done. You already know the drill. Back to crimes. And here is another all crimes completed in this area. Feels good for that. We have another 100%. So we're heading over here where there's a few things we actually have to do in this area. A little bit more than just crimes will be a nice break. Now we're going to start with the pigeon. You know, we're really coming down to the last few pigeons. Kind of sad. But hey, you just got to appreciate the pigeons while we did have them. And it's also great. We get to listen to JJJ while we do this. And there we go. Got that one. And we might as well get the last black cat area. That one is going to be right over here, which I already see where it's going to be. You can see the black cat mural. So we'll head over there. We see our little guy. And because we got all 12 of these, now we know where our hideout is going to be, so we'll go there in just a bit. Before that, we're going to deal with this whole area. Spider-Man's like, oh yeah, we definitely got to find her quick, but, you know, I got stuff to do, man. Like this challenge, which is another one of the drone ones. The more I play through all these, I think this one is definitely my least favorite. It's just like, it could be fun, but I don't think it really reaches its potential. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. Let me know in the comments. It does feel good that we're almost done with these Taskmaster challenges, though. I think there are only like 3 or 4 more. We're all the way over here, though. That's where it brought us. And hey, look, another Taskmaster. And this one is going to be the stealth challenge. Honestly, if they made all the Taskmaster stuff stealth challenges, I'd be pretty happy. But we will start on the top right over there, hopefully not getting noticed by people. And you know what? I'm just going to use my spider drones. I'm sure they can do good enough jobs. Spider drones, hey, they do what they need to. We'll take care of that guy. Hopefully this guy doesn't. He's just sitting there. Does he even have any emotions? But some spider drones for these dudes. Gonna take him out. I appreciate it. It is kind of funny how you can just cheese this completely with these guys. Real MVPs of this run are the spider drones, let's be honest with ourselves, but only 2 more. Just gotta make sure that guy's safe. We can get him, and then this guy as well. Easy Taskmaster challenge. And it's been a really long time, but we're finally getting yet another picture, which is gonna be the Avengers Tower, and a backpack. I'm pretty sure we're very close to being done with these guys. But backpack's gonna be right here, and this one is going to be a vial of sand. Why do we just have a vial of sand? And after that, we can go on to one of these, which is this a Fisk construction site? For a second, I thought we were done with these. I'm pretty sure this is one of the last of these. But again, let you know when I'm done. So that's next Fisk hideout done. And from here, we'll head right over to this research station. Might as well finish out this area, especially because we're really close to that. Oh, but I probably should get this backpack first. Yeah, I might as well. Ooh, it's an old camera. Yeah, not the nicest thing in the world. But hey, you know, some good memories from it. That's all that really matters. So now, as for this research station, this one's actually pretty fun. I like this one. Now, first of all, we have to go towards the lake. Basically, we're testing the water and making sure that all those things are stable. So we can come towards here. Excuse me. There's a fence in my way. But we'll come towards here and test it out. Now, what we have to do in order to fix this stuff is we have to crack the cell walls and jump really high up. So we're going to get up to a high building as long as it's 100 meters. Oh, that was a mistake. So we need to get up to a really high building. Then once we get up here, we can jump down, and as long as it's 100 meters, then we should be good, which is right there. But we have to do it a second time, and this time it's going to be 250 meters, so we go on top of Oscorp. This would honestly be really fun, yet really terrifying at the same time. I'm just going to watch, make sure it's at 250 before we swing out. There we go. Perfect, and that's going to be pretty much what this one is. A fun little mini game. Not all of them have to be super long. So at this point, we can head back to the lake, go and test it out, and it's going to get rid of all the nasty stuff that's in this lake, so we're good to go. All right, back to doing some more crimes in this area. I'll let you know when we're done. Oh, I just actually realized in the middle of this, there is one more photo we have to take, which is going to be the raft. I will get that guy really quickly, and that is going to be all of those crimes. We have another one 100% done, and now it's time to go to the main park. Now, this one is only going to have 5 total crimes that we have to do, and it looks like we've only done 1 of them, but not too bad. And we'll also do the couple of things that are in here on the way as well. but whenever we see a crime, we're already taking it. This is the nicest break from crimes in the run. It just feels good that they didn't put an obnoxious amount here. Honestly, crimes are probably my least favorite part of this speedrun, just because it's really boring. When you're doing the same thing over and over again, it's not the best. Would be better if I was doing it casually, but yeah. Anyways, that is going to be 2 out of 5, and we'll do another Taskmaster, which this one is a pretty boring, just kill the guys. So we're just going to use our spider drones. They'll do most of the work. We're kind of here helping. To be honest, the spider drones are the real heroes, but I guess I was the one to program them. So, you know, you still got to give me some credit. And is that all of them? Oh, nope. There's a couple more over here. The spider drones. Come on, guys. You got to do a little bit better than that. I was just giving you such good props. But that is those guys done. Nice and easy. Now we'll head over to the Sable base. And this Sable base is going to be the one that MJ was actually sneaking through, if you remember that. Anyways, see you when it's done. And another Sable base done. More people saved. This person actually said thank you for once. I appreciate that. But that is now all the missions we have to do in the park. So now it's just time to do the crimes. And yeah, I'll see you in like literally a minute because there are only 3 more to do. And this is going to be the last group of people just all on this bridge. I completely destroyed their bridge party, but that's what they get. And that is now another area done. I mean, it doesn't really count as much of an area as the other ones do. To be fair, it was such a small area, but that means we only have 2 more we have to do until we can finally get back to the main missions. And I'm not gonna lie, that feels pretty good because I am sick and tired of these crimes. First, we have our last stealth challenge. Gonna miss these ones, but hey, I at least appreciate that we had them in the first place. At least I think this is our last one. I'm not completely sure, but I'm gonna send you guys some spider drones because I don't feel like dealing with you on my own. And that's what I'm going to do for most of this area. Like these guys, they look way too hard to deal with. So here you guys go. Have some spider drones. I'm sure you'll be fine. Then there's this sniper. He's just safe to take out. And that guy's safe to take out as well. Where is everybody else? Oh, are they just down here? Can the spider drones get them? That's the question. Come on, guys. I believe it. Oh, they just killed someone over there. And these guys are having trouble going down. Okay, I'll get a little lower, I guess. Come on, buddy. You got this. Go get that guy. Go shoot him right in the face. Oh, there you go. Do some more damage. There you go. And this guy should be the last one. So safe to take care of. Nice and easy. Now, last few are going to be some bases. I'll start going over towards those. Well, at least last few in this area, which actually we want to go there later. I will get those 2 in just a little bit, but for now, we're just going to focus on the crimes. And that's because there will be a fast travel point there later. But yeah, I'll explain it once we get to it. So I'll let you know once we're done with these crimes. All right. And this one should be our last crime of this area, which feels good. Only one more little bit we have to do. But before we actually exit this area, there's also going to be finishing the Black Cat side mission. So we can head down here into this place, and we're going to go into the store. Now, once we're in this place, there's a couple things we can check out that we don't really care about. But the important thing is going to be the brand new suit. So Black Cat was kind of just putting us on a goose chase. Yeah, we get on a lot of those. But she gives us a new suit, and yes, we will be wearing this for the rest of the speedrun. Hey, to be fair, it's from Black Cat. It's not like it's possible for me not to wear it. But now it's time for this area, which definitely has the most amount of stuff that we haven't done yet. So it's going to be a little bit more than just fighting crime, though there will be its fair share. And this new suit, I'm not gonna lie, looking pretty good. Thank you, Black Cat. Exactly what we needed. Now we'll start out over here with this research station. And this one allows us to go invisible. Yep, we're becoming Miles Morales. But unfortunately, you can't use your web gadgets while using the invisibility. So what we have to do here is be invisible when we break these things. So we just have to swing over there, then turn invisible, break them, and become visible again once we're done with that. So I will get invisible, hopefully break that. We just missed it. Got to get a little bit of a jump. If we jump into this when we're not invisible, then we get hurt. And come on, game, please. Okay, there we go. Got that one over there. Now there's a few in this direction. Gonna get that guy. And this is a pretty cool mission. I'm not gonna lie. Out of all the research stations, I like this one a good amount. But there's that one. Then we got to make it over here, which, oh, I just missed the button press. All right, buddy. Come on, get that guy. There you go, Spider-Man. Now we head up here. Thankfully, we can still climb walls while we're invisible, so I can take that guy out. And we'll just take these top ones really quick. We'll get that one. Only a few more. We can go over here and okay, we got shot. It happens. Look, sometimes you're gonna get shot at Spider-Man. It just is part of the job, I guess. But we got that one. Only 2 more. We can head directly down over here. Easy hit there. And then finally, we get this one, which we have to jump into. Come on, guy. Just come over here. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. I'm an idiot. Okay, time to make sure I don't die here. No! On the last one. Oh, that hurts. Okay, time to do it again. That's so dumb. I pressed the wrong button. You know, there had to be a really stupid death in this speedrun. Otherwise, would it really be an EazySpeezy video? At least we did it a lot faster this time, but yeah, that hurts a lot. It happens. And while we're in this area, we might as well do this side quest over here. Well, after we deal with this crime, I guess. Might as well get them while they're here. But okay, now we can go over to this side quest. I jump right here. And it's time to continue the tombstone stuff that we started a while ago. Now we're just gonna go straight in here like normal. Whenever it lets me, I'm not trying to be stealthy. We'll just take these guys out. But they're loading some fresh supplies of their drug empire, so we're trying to deal with it. You know, we're not trying to allow them to completely destroy people's lives and all that. But we'll get those guys nice and easy. Now we can start checking out these barrels. And we do a little check-in, and it looks like it's the chemical that Tombstone was exposed as a kid. So that's going to be able to make other people into tombstones. But his boys are pretty upset at us for killing everyone. And they're going to use this drug to temporarily become invincible. Well, they're not as invincible as Tombstone is, but they are a bit stronger. Also, that guy just walked right by. Dude, I'm right here. Okay, you don't have to just ignore me like that. Thankfully, we can still use those and just use our finishers, and that gets them pretty easily. But that'll deal with those dudes. Now we're gonna get some more people just driving their motorcycles. Oh, did you see that? Did that guy just fall off his motorcycle while he was there? I have no idea. That was very strange, but I don't have time to worry about it. We want to get them before they can even use the drug, because then it's just easier to take them out. But there we go with all those dudes, so that's pretty nice. And then we can pick up one of their inhalers. We can turn it over and scan this area, so we can start making an antidote to it. Now we can use these lab supplies to make a counter drug, and there's only one part of the Tombstone saga left, which we'll get to in a bit. For now, we might as well do some more of these bases, like this demon one right here. And just like usual, pretty easy to take out the whole thing. And while we're here, there's another base literally right by this one. And this one's gonna be for the prisoners. And that's gonna be that prisoner camp done. Now, before we go to our next base, might as well pick up this backpack, which is a nice Spidey squad pin. Looking pretty good. And then we're going straight over, dealing with some more Fisk. Gotta love the Fisk bases because they are super quick. And we might as well just do all the bases in this place, so we'll go to our next demon one. You know, why even make bases at this point? They're not working at all. And now time for the last base of this area, which is going to be a Sable one. So finally, we can get back to some more fun stuff. And now, before we go to our next mission, we might as well get the spider logo sketches. And there should also be a pigeon by here. Oh, yep, there he's gonna be. This helicopter's trying to find me. Meanwhile, I'm just going after a pigeon. Look, I got my priorities straight. I believe this is our last pigeon too, so feels pretty good on that if we can actually catch him. He's a nimble one, but he might be leading me right towards a crime, which would be a good thing. You know, that's a nice 2-for-1 special. Please, man, and there we go. That's pigeon number 12. Gotta love how happy Howard is once we do this. Basically, they were his wife's pigeons, and now she's dead. So, yeah, it means a lot to him. We love Howard. But time for what I believe is our last challenge. Now, this one is just going to be a regular fighting one. So, you already know we're using the spider drone technique. The best technique in all of gaming. And I also might as well switch this over to quad power, since we're going to need it in a second. Now, after we dealt with all those guys, we just have to move a little bit over, and Taskmaster should come after us. So, we just gotta kind of wait for him. You coming, dude? Don't worry, he'll be here eventually. And there he goes. He grabs us, and he's like, all right, now I am better than you since I watched all your moves, so now we gotta fight. But what he doesn't realize is that we can throw something at him and then use quad damage. So that's pretty much our entire strategy, because quad damage is super broke. Oh, did that... Okay, well, there we go. Literally just a single combo. He is gonna escape from us, which is kind of unlucky. But hey, we dealt with him there, so that's the last we'll be seeing him from now. But we do got some more missions to do, so let's head over to those. Well, actually, first, before I do that mission, I should probably do a couple of other things, because we do want our quadruple damage to get back, and that will take a bit of time, so we can head over here. And this is going to be our second to last research tower. So what we have to do here is get rid of the pressure that's in the streets, and we can use our ground strike move that I got earlier through an upgrade. So we can use that right on the ground, and that's going to show us where the next spot is, which there it is highlighted in red. So we'll start heading over there first of all. Then as soon as we make it over here, we can do another ground strike, and that deals with that part. But there are a total of 3, so we'll head back over in this direction. Once we make it here, we'll do another ground strike. That's going to give us some more paths. We see the next one over there, so we'll be on our way. And this one is going to be right there. That's number 2. Now finally for number 3, we'll let these things go again, and it's going to be be in that direction. So yet again, one more ground strike, nice and easy, and that should be the research station done. A little bit of hot smoke coming out. Hopefully no one's gonna get hurt by that, but also not my problem, to be completely honest with you. Now, before we do anything else, we might as well get our last landmark and our last backpack. We really are coming up to the end of the speedrun, and it feels very good, but that one, okay, I think that was a good picture, don't lie, but that's gonna be the bar with no name. And you can see now all the landmarks are complete. Then as for the backpack, this one is gonna be the helmet fragment, which that's going to make every single backpack we need. Now, there's only 2 more side missions that we have to do, and then we can solely focus on the crimes, and the first one's gonna be this dude. This guy tells us that we saved his daughter from muggers, but we weren't there, so it was definitely somebody else. And we gotta go figure out who it was so we can stop them. We can't have somebody taking our identity, that's messed up. But we'll start right here, and we'll go talk to the daughter. She's like, wow, why are you back, dude? And she tells us that we gotta go over to the south, so we'll start heading over there. It's kind of hard to swing here. Oh, game? I forgot you also had to look at these guys for some reason. We're literally just trying to find the guy. I don't know why we're checking out these dudes. But then after all of that, now we can actually go over there. I don't know what was taking us so long. We gotta catch this dude, man. But now in this one, we'll see that there is a fire going on, and Spider-Man came by, or the fake Spider-Man came by, and rescued some people. Seems like he's not the worst person in the world. Still probably shouldn't be pretending to be Spider-Man. And we're gonna go find that pattern, figure out what exactly it is, do our scanning and stuff like that. And now we can start following over where it should go. And we're basically using this to trail him. We can just follow this blue smoke trail. Eventually, it's going to lead us over to this mugger. And he's like, dude, you already took care of me. But thankfully, he tells us to go up to the roof. So we will do that. Where there are going to be some more people just kind of passed out. And finally, we can now head over here where we see the fake Spider-Man. He's not even in the correct suit. How do people think this is me? But he decides to go over and try to deal with some fist thugs, which is not a good idea at all. These guys pull out the guns. He's like, hey guys, I'm not the real Spider-Man, please stop. Look at the guys on the right. Look how funny they look in their fighting stances. But we come over here and we're like, all right, we'll actually save you, dude. And now it's back to good old spider drone time. We also have this guy who will be helping us, which is kind of hilarious. He's just gonna punch some people every once in a while, and he's doing some pretty good damage, I'm not gonna lie. But after a bit of fighting, we'll deal with all the dudes, and we'll be like, hey man, you probably shouldn't pretend to be Spider-Man. So he decides he won't do it again. Probably a good thing. Now we might as well go and do our last little area over there, which is going to be the tombstone quest. Now, the finale of this tombstone quest is actually pretty cool because it's a whole nother boss fight that we get to do. Now, what we want to do is basically just throw things at him, then punch him a couple times. I will be saving my quad damage at least for a little bit. We're just going to keep doing this, and eventually he's going to get tired. Maybe. He's going to send his guys over and stuff, trying to attack us as well, which I'm not too worried about right now. We'll just keep hitting him with things and hoping he dies eventually. I mean, he's got plenty of motorcycles and stuff that we can use, so not the worst fight in the world. We also got to make sure we get rid of all of his guys. That way we can use the counter drug on him. And finally, it looks like we got all those guys out of the way. So now we can just attack him with these things and use our drug. We put this on his mouth, and this is going to finally make sure that he's not invincible anymore. And finally, he does bleed. So we know he is actually able to take out at this point. He's going to use his fire attacks. It's kind of terrifying, I'm not going to lie. But we just have to find things to throw at him. And now we'll use some quad damage to do some more damage to him. So yeah, feels good. And that's all it takes. Super easy. And also we can skip that cinematic. So feels good. There is the whole tombstone quest done. And that is all of our side missions. Which means we just have to finish out our crimes. And it looks like we only have 9 left. So yeah, see you when we're done with this. And finally, this is the very last crime we have to do. It's taken a while, but we've gotten here. I'm gonna enjoy this one. You know, this one will be in the video for once. So we'll just do a little bit of taking out those guys. Then there will be the Sable guys that are over here. We got to take them out too because both of them are kind of evil. And that should be good. We are now completely done with Harlem. Now, the only place we need to do is this area, which will actually get that research station, but we will keep the bases. And that's because, like earlier in the run, there will be spots where we have to wait for certain missions to happen. So might as well keep some stuff to do. But for the research station, this one only shows up after you've completed every other research station. So that's why we didn't get it earlier. But it will be a nice fast travel point to both of these different bases. So we just want to get it now. Now, this research station basically keeps all the data from all of them safe. But unfortunately, there's a storm about to happen. So what we're going to have to do is align all the different research stations and then go to Oscorp Tower, make sure all the receivers are working. And yeah, basically make sure that all this data stays okay because we don't use Google Docs. I don't know why we don't just use the cloud. I'm not going to lie. I guess it might might be classified information or something, but still, we should have some sort of cloud system. And now at this point, because we've been using the receivers, we're gonna start getting hit by lightning. You'll see that there's a lightning circle on my map, so we have to dodge it every time the lightning is trying to hit us. But as long as we time things correctly, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Now we'll aim this one straight over there. There's some lightning coming at me right as I say it shouldn't be too much of a problem we get hit, but still not that much damage. I will be kind of careful about the lightning, but in general, we're just focused on going fast. Now I'm gonna wait out this lightning strike just a little bit, and there we go. We tricked the lightning to think we were gonna be over there. Meanwhile, we can just go directly over here. It's kind of funny how stupid the lightning is, but yeah, we're just gamers. Then there's that one, and in general, you just want to go straight on. The only part where the lightning is really a problem is when you are on the tower, because you do have to wait to get to the next tower. And yeah, that's just what we're trying to avoid, getting hit while we're trying to align these. So we see that we're about to get hit there, which is the perfect spot, because now we can come up to the tower and we have enough time. All right, if I actually web zip towards the right area, there we go, over towards that one. Hopefully there will be some early lightning. There we go, perfect timing. We can web zip over to this guy, go over there. And there are a lot of towers we have to align because it's all the research through all of these guys. I don't know why they haven't done this already. Why am I the one who has to do this? Or why can't Oscorp do it? It's pretty important for their company at this point. But here is going to be the next one. Perfect timing right there. And we have made it through here with minimal damage, which is a very good thing, especially because I want to be able to tank some damage right at the end. But now this one might be a little close to getting hit by lightning, but I'm still gonna try it. That one can connect over there, and I feel like there should only be one or two left. There's a lot of these we have to do. Harry, why are you making me do all this? Especially if I wasn't Spider-Man, this would be so difficult. But can I make it to this tower in time? Probably, maybe. Hopefully. Go over there, connect that. Actually, perfect timing. We're gamers. Okay, actually, we had plenty of extra time, not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure the lightning is on a time system, so yeah, it's not too hard to dodge. But I will take a chance with this one, because I'm just going straight over here. I don't even care at this point. Trying to go fast, get this speed run done. There we go. Okay, we're still fine. I'm surprised that I have not got hit a second time yet. And that should be the last connection, so now we can head over to Oscorp Tower. Yeah, this one, for no reason at all, is just a super long mission. Still a pretty good one because it's actually kind of scary. I have died here before. And if you do die, you have to go all the way back to the beginning. So yeah, we really don't want that to happen. Okay, I definitely have to dodge this electricity. I'm going to go to the other side of Oscorp just to make sure we don't get hit there. And now we can aim it at all of these things, making sure we hit all the receivers. There will be lightning that hits me, but that's also why we wanted the extra health. So we can just tank that. And this one should be the last one. Perfect, we got it done. So that is now all the research stations done. All we have to do for our citywide things are those two bases. And now, finally time to actually continue the mission. Yuri asked us to come over here so long ago, her officers might be all dead at this point. But look, we had to do everything else. You know, it's a 100% run. I can't just focus on her. So we'll make it to the top of here, call Yuri really quick. And she tells us that she needs help with two different places, one with Rhino and one with Electro. We're gonna go to Electro first, which is gonna be over to the right. And yeah, just some general swinging over there. Aunt May also wants our help at the exact same time, but hopefully we have time to do this stuff before we have to go help her. Now we're at the Electro thing. We see him just having a good time. And there are a couple of generators that we're gonna have to explode that he's charging. And I don't really know what they're doing, to be honest, but yeah, we gotta get rid of them. I guess they're electrifying the building. Okay, that makes sense. Unfortunately for him, he just left them after doing all this. He could probably be fighting us right now, but we're just gonna go ahead and hit these with multiple webs, which I actually missed that multiple times. Embarrassing. But this is another nice spot to have the additional web shooters, because then we can just spam them nice and easy. That's going to be the first one. Then we can come up to this building, hit it with a couple of those. It's very much easier when they're on the buildings compared to when they're flying in the air. So we'll take this one. Then there's going to be the one all the way down here, just towards the ground. Explode that one fourth, or is that fifth? I don't exactly know numbers. And finally, we can head up this building and explode this one. That'll make 5 or 6. I forget how many total ones there are, but that's going to get rid of all the electricity by the police building so we can actually fight again. And we are going to help the cops right here because we might as well use our spider drones. And there's not too many people we have to take out, especially compared to all the people we fought within the last 3 hours. It's been a lot, but that's going to be first part done and time to go to Rhino. Now, Harlem is in a lot of trouble right now, by the way. We should definitely go help them, but I guess we're helping Yuri first. I don't know. It's probably more important to go help your aunt. That might just be me, but we can can head over to this police station. Rhino's gonna be terrorizing everybody. There's really no one else that could deal with this dude other than me, if I'm gonna be completely honest. And meanwhile, the cops also have to deal with all these people. There's just a ton of gunshots going on everywhere. But thankfully for them, I got my spider drones. So I'm not even gonna hang out in these sections too often. I'm gonna let the spider drones deal with that one. And I can come over here. We'll drop another couple spider drones because I'm sure they'll be able to do their job. And that's going to deal with that section. And then we can come to the third section, which you already know, time for spider drones and a little bit of fighting myself. We also got our web blossoms, so we might as well use that one. But yeah, we are very much over leveled for this section at this point, so it was very easy. But there's also going to be the people on the roofs that we have to take care of as well. So a little bit more work to do, especially because Sable's about to betray us. Well, actually, I can't really call them betraying us because they were never on our team. We are their #1 priority target, to be fair. But we will take care of 2 buildings first until Sable comes by and they're like, hey, we're dumb. Actually, the stupidest people in the world, instead of going after the prisoners, they're attacking me. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Sable, but we'll start getting rid of these people. We can do a bunch of air combat. These guys have jetpacks. I'm not gonna lie, I'd like a jetpack, but we have to take care of both the prisoners and Sable officers. To be fair, I've taken out like all of Sable's bases and stuff, so yeah, it's pretty obvious why they don't like me, but that's going to deal with all them. And now we can start heading towards Harlem up here. Oh, I went a little bit over to the right, too much. But we're still making it over here right as MJ calls us. But there we go. We can skip that cinematic. We go save some people's lives, just like normal. The feast thing did go on fire. We definitely should have went there first, but at least that's done with. Now, next one, right away, we're going to get this trail so we can head over to our next mission. At this point, Spider-Man really wants to go find Octavius, so we're going to start going towards his trail. We can get this police officer first, talk to him. He talks about Devil's Breath and all that. I don't really care what you have to say if I'm going to be completely honest, but we will get a scent right here, so we can use that to try to find where we need to go. Just some more amazing puzzling. I know, I say it every time, but I'm great at this. To be fair, we didn't even need to do that in reality because I already know where to go, but you do need to do it for the game. Anyways, we're just gonna head up this building, and once we make it to the top, you'll see that there is the scent that leads over here. We can go inside this access hatch, and yeah, we jump in. Still looking great in that Black Cat suit. We gotta thank Black Cat for it. She's great. But first of all, we gotta turn on the lights. We can just hit that really quick. Then we're gonna ignore literally all of this and head over to this section. This is when we're going to look at this map really quick, look away, turn on this light, press the button. It doesn't work, so we have to get out of here, and we got to turn on the electricity to actually open that light. Oh, but actually we have to pull that off first. My bad. But then we'll go and do that, which we can see that this is where they're going to attack, and they got Project Icarus. So that's all we need out of this hideout. Now we can go over here where we get to talk to Otto. Now he sets off a bomb trying to murder us. We jump through the top, and thankfully we made it out of here, but we're not fast enough because now there's that stuff going and grabbing us, and we got captured by the vulture. So while we're getting tossed around with this, we're just talking to MJ like everything's casual. I'm not gonna lie, Spider-Man kind of cool for that. And here's where we're gonna see that we're not only fighting the vulture, but we also have to fight Electro. Yeah, this is gonna be fun, especially because we have quad damage. So to start, we're going straight for Electro. We can hit him with a couple of our webs right here, dodge his different attacks, hit him with a couple of those, please work, and there we go. Now what we want to do while we're doing that is go and get our quad damage so we can use it right away, and this is going to do a ton of damage to Electro so we can get him out of his first phase. Then he's going to use this thing, which we can hit with a couple of our webs. That's going to explode it after a bit. Come on, man. There we go. Which is going to cause a cutscene and put us into the next part of the fight. Here's where the vulture starts coming out, and he's going to fight as well. But he's pretty easy to dodge, then attack. And we're not going to use any more quad damage. We're going to save it just for a bit later. So we'll do a little bit of punch and vulture. You know, pretty easy stuff. This guy kind of sucks at his job. He'll throw some stuff at us. We can throw it back. Go and hit. Oh, game. I said go and hit him if okay. All right, we'll hit him with a couple of webs, then we'll go for the punches. That's what we needed to see. And now Electra's coming back. He's like, oh yeah, I'm trying to fight you. I don't really care, dude. So we dodged that one nice and easy. We also dodged the vulture. We'll go and hit him a few times because he's easy enough to hit, not gonna lie. It even lets us hit him a couple of times. It's like, yeah, do this now. Now we can go towards Electro, which we just want to hit a couple times right there, just enough till then he goes to his other generator, because now now with this generator, we can use a couple of those. That's going to explode him and knock him towards the ground. Gonna be a tiny cutscene, but basically what happens is Spidey's able to do Spidey's thing. We even get some help from the Vulture, you know, really nice guy. And now we just got a bit more to do, so I'll do that, get some more quad damage to help me out a tiny bit. We can go and web shooter this area, and that one last one should get him to actually collapse on the ground, which that is now Electro dealt with. And now this guy, pretty easy. Not too much to say, we're just gonna punch him a few times. We'll keep punching him, then he gets away for a second, we can keep punching him, and there he goes down to the ground. Nice try, man. You're just terrible at your job. Then after we're done with that, time to skip another cutscene. And Spider-Man finally decides to take just a little bit of a rest because he has so many broken bones right now at this point. But we wake up back in the morning and time to go again. And right away, there's going to be our next spot, which is going to be for State of Poison because we got to deal with the Scorpion. Now, this is probably one of the weirdest parts of this game, which you'll see in a second. First of all, we get poisoned and we're on heavy drugs now. Yeah, Spider-Man is not doing the best in the world. Now, what we have to do is analyze what we got injected with. So first, we're going to head to a higher ground. That way we can be a little bit safer. Head up over here and kind of look around. Once we're here, we can do another amazing puzzle. That way we can actually create an antidote for ourselves. And so, first of all, we got to go to the antidote, which is going to be over in this direction. Yeah, this would be a pretty weird event. I wonder what people in real life are seeing right now. Probably just a swinging, to be fair. They don't know what's going on in my mind and how messed up I am. But we'll make it over here, only to collapse, and then we're having a real hallucination. Yep, we wake up, and it's our boy Otto. I don't really ever want to see this guy again. He kind of sucks. But yeah, we got to deal with him haunting our mind because he's just a jerk. So pretty much what we're doing in this section is just running through here. We're trying to be as fast as possible, obviously, and we can do a couple web zips to get there. And yeah, pretty simple section where we just get haunted by our memories of Otto and how we couldn't save him, how he's a villain now, all that kind of stuff. But we finally touch the flowers, and we can move on to the next thing. Well, after we I don't even know what's going on with that, actually. Anyways, we got to go and get our second component to make the antidote. But here's where now we have giant scorpion tails coming out of the Green River, whatever this is supposed to be called. Yeah, this would kind of be terrifying, I'm not gonna lie. Scorpion, you're not a nice guy. Now, after just a little bit more swinging, we make it to the second spot. But of course, right when we're about to get to the thing, it's time for another hallucination. Yet again, Otto's just kind of being a jerk. You know, we're going through a lot of stuff right now. I guess to be fair, it is my mind that's making me think this. But hey, I'm still gonna blame Otto because I'm not gonna blame myself. Let's be honest with ourselves, but I will go over... Okay, that wasn't exactly what I wanted right there, but it's okay. Please keep me alive. Anyways, we can make a little bit of a jump to skip some stuff, and then we just have to crawl over to our boy. Then we'll go web zip over here while Otto's speaking facts. You are right, everyone I touch suffers. That's why MJ left me. But finally, we just got to catch him one more time. We can go drop down, and we can get the second part of the antidote. So yeah, now we just have to actually make it. Which to do that, we got to go over to Otto's lab, and that's going to be a little bit away. More terrifying tentacles just coming out of this water. You feel worse and worse for Spider-Man, but hey, he's almost to the end, you know? Just a terrifying nightmare that he probably never wants to repeat. Finally, though, we make it to the lab, but I think you already know what's about to happen as soon as we make it here. Yep, as soon as we're almost there, back to yet another hallucination. And in this one, we're actually gonna fight Scorpion, at least kind of like a mini boss fight. So he's gonna show up, we can hit him with a couple webs, go straight towards him, and punch him a few times. Yeah, pretty easy stuff to start. Then he starts flying away like a little wimp. And instead of fighting me by himself, instead he's gonna separate into a bunch of different Scorpions. It's really weird, man. But what we're gonna wanna do is hit them in webs, and then we can actually go for that. Why did he not get frozen there? But anyways, we'll hit him in a couple webs, then we can hit him with a combo. All you have to do is hit him with 2 hits, and that should take care of him. We'll get that one next. Then we can get this one. And we just got to get rid of all these different Scorpions one by one. So I'll take you, dude. Easy. And this might... Oh, nope. Just 2 more. So that one, punch him. That guy... Okay, that was a scary sound effect. I'm not going to lie. But this should be the last one. We just got to punch him a couple times. Now we see the equipment we need just coming down from space. And after all this time of the worst trip of our life, we actually make it out of here. For some reason, we're naked, but after all that, we are now good to go, and we're also back in our correct suit. Yeah, this is the best one, let's be honest. Anyways, time to leave the lab and go to our next thing. And now at this point, it's going to make us wait, so we might as well do some bases. First one we can do is just over here. It's going to be a demon base, and we'll very easily finish our last demon warehouse. And then second of all, time to deal with the last Fisk warehouse. Or I guess this isn't a warehouse, but whatever you're going to call it. By the way, for these Fisk guys, we're now one-shotting them. That's how high of a level we are, how strong our Spider-Man is. They literally take a single hit and they die. Sometimes they'll take two, but for the most part, yeah, it's the easiest thing of my life. And that is officially 100% of the map done. So now all we have to do is the rest of the main missions. Now at this point, after some long phone calls, we can head over to Feast. And here's where we get to do our very last mission where we play as Miles. We talk to Aunt May. She's like, oh yeah, Miles is doing some sort of errand run. But somehow, instead of going and getting milk, Miles is in the middle of a prisoner camp. And that's because we have to get some antibiotics and stuff like that to save all the people in Feast. So Miles, you know, he has good reasons for doing this. This is just extremely stupid. Still, I don't really have a problem with that. It's not like I'm going to be the one that dies if he fails. It's all going to be Miles. So first of all, we'll check this site. Unfortunately, it's not going to have the stuff we need. Then we can keep heading over in this direction. Just keep distracting everybody. You go over there. Don't look in my way, dude. There's going to be that guy, which we want to distract there. And then, dude, can you please move? I guess I'll just use one of these. There you go, man. Stop looking at me. And also keep looking at that car forever. No one cares about you. But that's going to be second one. Also doesn't have anything. So we will have to go and distract this dude. He's also stupid. So it has no idea that we come through. And we can go under this car. And finally, after all this stuff, we find the antibiotics we need. But this is also where Rhino comes by. Yep, Rhino is trying to murder us at this point. So we will wait him out just for a second so he can go over there. And we're just following him through, going down this hole. Kind of the most terrifying thing in the world. And we're just gonna kind of sit here for a second because we really do not want to get murdered today. At least I don't. Maybe Miles does. He is on this terrifying milk run that isn't even a milk run anymore. But we'll come right behind his back and continue on our way. We can climb over these boxes, and that's the first little part done. But somehow Rhino just teleports over here. I don't even know how that works. And we're gonna have to get around him, which, Rhino, please get out of my way. You're terrible. Gonna break his ankles. Kind of embarrassing, not gonna lie. I don't know why this dude wants to find me so much. I'm just kind of chilling out. I just wanted some antibiotics. But we can now head over here, and we're gonna go inside of this place where it's time for a little bit of a jump scare where Rhino goes and puts his arm down. Imagine if we got grabbed by that. Yeah, Miles, this was definitely a decision for you to do, not gonna lie, but this is near the last little bit that we have to make it to. We can just head straight through here, and we can see that what we have to do is get inside that box. We'll distract Rhino. He's gonna charge over towards that thing, and finally, the last thing we have to get him to charge to is this box, so we can distract him one more time. After waiting a while, he's gonna knock into that, and we will just wait a second. Finally, he starts moving out of the way, and Miles can make it out of his very dangerous milk run unscathed. So he did pretty well. So that's always a pretty fun mission to do, not gonna lie. And now we already have our next spot to go, which is going to be the boss fight for both Rhino and Electro. Now this Rhino fight is actually pretty cool. First of all, we just got to get rid of these guys. No one cares about you. But now we're gonna head back, and a little bit bad, we got to get him to go under this thing. Then we're gonna drop this on him because he's an idiot, and we can start punching him a couple times. I will want to get my quad damage out, but we're not going to use it right away, but might as well in literally the middle of this combo. And we do a couple of attacks like that, start running away so we can go towards this next little crane thing. He'll try to throw some stuff. He's just terrible at his job, not gonna lie. And he'll walk a little forward, come over here. Come on, dude, you can do it. And okay, how didn't that work? Come on, dude. Just come over here. Yeah, do your charge attack. That is not your charge. Do your charge. Okay, there he goes. Finally, we can drop that on him one more time. Go for another quick combo. And now Scorpion is also going to come and try to attack us as well. So we got to take care of both of these guys. But first, we're going to worry about Rhino. We got to get him to charge at us. Scorpion, I'll deal with you later. Stop hitting me. And there we go. We can drop that on him. Then we're going to use the quad damage. And this is pretty much going to be a single combo that kills Rhino. That is all we needed to do because the quad damage is so good. At this point now, we just have to find Scorpion, which, where are you, dude? We can hit him with a couple of webs. And like with Rhino, it's literally just a single combo. Not even a combo, a single hit. And he's already taken out. That's how good quad damage is. So that's going to be 2 more supervillains done, and we just got a few more. Now it's going to be time for an MJ mission, and also our last MJ mission, actually, where we just head over here, we hang up on her, but that's because we call her back right away to let her know we're here. And for this one, what we're going to want to do is make it over to Norman's suite. So first of all, we go and check over at the security, but we're definitely not going to be able to make it there without causing a riot. So we'll start gossiping. We'll be like, oh yeah, stay away from the receptionist, you know, getting people angry. Next people, we can go over to them, saying the mayor and his friends are exempt. They're also going to get angry. And last people, we can come to these guys. This guy doesn't have his inhaler, and we tell him if he has an emergency, they might let you up. So this is going to cause all these people to go over and start arguing with the police officers. And we're just going to wait a second. These cops are not the smartest people in the world, so wait one more second, and see you later, nerds. Easy. This is also finally the point where we get to carry around a taser. I'm not gonna lie, it would have been really nice if we had this taser the entire game, but at least we get it now. And we can use it immediately with this dude. Come up right behind him. See you later. Easiest tase of my life. Next up, there's gonna be this guy, which we have to use a combo of both that thing and then also the taser. Another easy knockout. And we'll head into this office. This guy is not paying attention at all. Take care of him, and we'll go over to the computer so we can cause an alert and make Norman and Sable come down. Now we just got to make it out of here, and somehow not a single person notices me coming out of this place. I guess they're too busy paying attention to themselves. So we're gonna just stand here until we can make it in that elevator. Come on, Norman. There you go, buddy. And we go, make it in ourselves so we can go straight up. We almost get caught too by Sable, but you know, dodged. And now it is time to do some snooping. So first of all, we can come up to the mask. We'll put that on our head. It lets us see things that you normally can't, like a secret wall. So we can take a look at that and see that, hey, maybe we want to go there. So to get in there, we're gonna have to move this painting, and we can do that by moving that first and looking at the lock pad. We just need to find the code for that, but to actually unlock the doors and allow us to do that, we for some reason have to come over here to this piece of paper. This is gonna show us some work orders or something. We don't really care about it. And we hear that Harry's last day is the code, and that's when Harry left for Europe. I'm kind of just repeating exactly what she's saying. But anyways, that's going to open up the doors. The alert is now done, so we do have to be a little bit fast. And luckily for MJ, I know exactly where she needs to go. First of all, we have to find a key over to Harry's room, so we will move this and go and grab that guy. Then we can go over here, unlock Harry's room, and see that there's a ton of medical equipment that we had no idea about. Instead of Harry going to Europe, he was actually going and being bedridden and going to like a hospital thing. Well, some sort of treatment. We'll learn about it later. Anyways, we get the day that he left, but all the Sable agents are also going to be here, so we have to deal with them. First of all, I'm going to hit this guy, make sure he turns around like the idiot he is. He's literally talking to somebody, ignores that guy, looks around, and I can take care of both of them at the same time. Next up, there's going to be a person coming through that door. I'll go right over there. Nope, don't look at your buddies. Look at this random thing on the floor, you idiot. Then there's a couple more people through here. All we have to do is distract this guy first, so I'll put that over on the couch. Then we can go over here. We can sneak up behind him, hit him with the taser before he notices us, and go to the keypad. That's going to open up the secret door, which somehow nobody notices. Not really my problem. And now we just have to find where to go. We'll hit these a couple of times, and then once all 3 of those match together, that's where we know where to go. So we'll skip yet another cutscene. We learned where we need to send Peter, and now we just have to deal with these guys. Gonna tase him nice and easy, which his friend is right there, but he's gonna be too distracted by his buddy that just got tased to even notice me. What an idiot. And there are literally just all these bodies sitting on the floor, which is hilarious. But what we're actually gonna do is get caught here on purpose, and that's because when we get back, now we have the perfect path over here. That guy's on the perfect trail, so we don't even have to touch him. Yeah, sometimes you actually do want to get caught. And finally, all we have to do is look at this guy who's kind of just enjoying his day. He probably hates his job, but we tase him. We jump off the building, and Spider-Man goes and saves us. So that's basically what happens. Now we bring her back to Feast. So that's our next thing. We got to head over to the Oscorp secret lab and see Martin Lee. But before we actually make it in here, there's going to be a lot of people we have to fight, just like usual. We'll start out with just attacking these people at the top, kind of getting a little bit of stealth, but not really any at all, to be completely honest with you. I do want to deal with a couple of these annoying people people. Like this guy up here, he is so annoying to deal with, so I will take you out there. We'll use a couple of my spider robots, which will hopefully deal with those guys, and we'll just go right in the middle so everybody can come at me. Now, Sable really wants us to leave and all that. She's like, hey, we can do this by ourselves, and I'm like, you're really trash, Sable. I'm not gonna lie. And there we go. We took care of those people, but now we got to deal with Sable's people. But after dealing with all of Sable's people, now we can go to the door, and we form a temporary truce with Sable that you don't really get to see. But now it's time to go deal with Martin Lee. So this is a pretty simple going through all this stuff, kind of terrifying, but not too much of a problem. I mean, we've done weirder things before. Actually, have we done weirder things before? I'm not sure. But it is time for Martin Lee to trauma dump on us. Here's where he complains about how Oscorp killed his mother and father. It's like he really thinks I care, but I really don't. I'm gonna be honest. Still, we can act like we do to try to get him back to being a good person. But it's pretty much just a waiting simulator, and as soon as we can do stuff, that's when we'll do it. Like, we get to see, oh yeah, look at all these people. I did not ask. And finally, after so much trauma dumping that I did not ask for at all, we make it to the end of this doorway. We get this cutscene that we'll skip, and now it's time for the boss fight, which this is a pretty fun boss fight. We got to deal with this dude. We'll start out with just hitting him a few times, and we do have to wait a second for our quad damage to come back. I used it on some of the Sable agents because we don't really need it immediately. Instead, we're just going to keep hitting him a couple of times. That deals with him for his first phase. He's going to keep trying to turn me into a thing. And you know what? I think I know a way to get him to read me. Look, I know I also love the black cat suit a lot, but we got to tell him, you know, we're on your side. Look at us. We're also Mr. Negative. I don't think it's really working too much, but you know, I consider it the thought that counts. Now we get done with his second phase. He's like, oh yeah, I'm in so much pain. I really didn't ask, dude. And here's where the coolest boss fight comes. Look at him. He literally has a gigantic beast. So time for the last little bit of the fight where we just have to find more things to throw at him, just like usual. We're kind of just sitting here, chilling out for a while, dodging his attacks. And come on, man, I'm trying to hang out. I guess we can punch him a couple of times until finally he uses his big guy, uses one of these swiping attacks. It's kind of insane. And we're going to go straight towards him because he gets tired. And we can start using some quad damage to get some extra damage in. That will hopefully be able to finish this fight a little bit faster, and hopefully we get to use a bit more of quad damage. Perfect. Let me go in for the fight. Please let me hit you a couple times, Martin. I'd really appreciate it. And okay, now we have a good amount of damage on him. Should only be a little bit longer if this dude doesn't keep like running away like a wimp. Okay, he'll use his swipe attack again. We'll go straight towards you. All right, dude, I don't need that. I'm trying to help you or something, man. Trying to make you not throw your life away, you know? And we're just going to keep hitting him with all the stuff around him, getting some punches in. He's really bad at these fights, I'm not going to lie. I wish I had some more quad damage, but this should be enough. He'll use his beast one more time, and I think this should be the last time. Come on, man. Get passed out. That's what I like to see. And there we go. We take him out. Which now we skip some more cutscenes, but basically he decides, oh yeah, maybe the revenge isn't worth it. And you know, we go back. We find out that our Aunt May's sick, all that kind of stuff. But I don't have time to worry about that because it's time to go for Octavius, our very last mission. And that means we're going back to Octavius Industries, and it is truly time to finish out the story. Now, before that, I'm just going to check that I have 100% done on everything, and it looks like I should. As long as you see all these 100%, you know that you are good. And yeah, this is literally the last thing we need for our 100% speedrun. So we go through some cutscenes where Peter's like, oh yeah, I can't believe I have to fight this guy. And what we're gonna have to do is throw a bunch of things at him and then hit him with a couple punches. Unfortunately, we can't use quad damage here, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. We can also use resupply, and if we use our resupply ability, then we'll have enough web shooters to go and hit him with a combo. So that's gonna be the first one right there. We knock him down. We can try to throw something at him, but he's gonna go straight towards the top, cause some explosions to go on, and we're gonna have to dodge these for a while. Then he'll start throwing stuff at us. Thankfully, we can throw it back and hit him with a really good punch right there, destroying him. He's gonna start trying to throw some more stuff at me, so I'll throw it right back. Hit him with the combo. Okay, that combo wasn't the best in the world. Throw some stuff at me, dude. Stop being a wimp. And there we go. We were able to freeze him up. We'll use one of these, use one of our finishing attacks, throw that directly in his face. That probably hurt a lot. And I might as well go for a second one too, baby. This is what you get, Otto. Now he's gonna go jump back to the ceiling. He always tries to retreat. It's kind of a wimpy move, not gonna lie. But we just gotta dodge some more stuff, throw that at him, and go for yet another attack where we're gonna pull that out of his neck. Now he's pretty pretty upset about that because he's like, hey, I'm trying not to lose function of all of my body. And we're like, I don't really care, to be honest. But here's where this line happens. All this time, he knew we were Parker, and here's what we say.
You knew? I tried to warn you, Peter, but you didn't listen. You knew.
That part gives me chills every single time. So now this means a lot to Peter, so we're gonna have to destroy this man. It is time to completely ruin his entire career and get this sub 10-hour speed run. I wasn't sure if we were gonna be able to do it, but it looks like we will, and I'm really happy with that. But before we do that, there's still some fighting left to be had, and now we get to do this. We do the 1-2 combo over and over again because this basically always keeps him in a stun. So I'm just gonna keep 1-2ing him, and then we'll get into this cutscene where finally he's able to do something. Also, there's literally like audio playing over each other because we did that so fast. But now we get another part where we're hitting him with the 1-2. A 1-2. A 1-2. That's all we need, baby. And that's going to be the end. Yeah, that's time. Just want to make sure I'm going to hit skip cutscene because this part doesn't really matter. But yeah, we beat Otto. And that is going to be our time, 9:51:05. So we send Otto to jail. We create an antidote for Devil's Breath, but it isn't soon enough to save our Aunt May. But we still give it to everybody else in the town, so at least that's a win. We go to Aunt May's funeral, which is really sad. We see that Otto gets put in jail. Deserved, to be honest. 3 months later, we finally get back with MJ. We find out that Miles is now the second Spider-Man. So, of course, we're going to be working together with him. And finally, we see some very ominous things about our boy Harry. I'm sure that won't be important for Marvel's Spider-Man 2. But I know what you're saying. Ben, now that you're done with 100% speedrunning this game, what are you going to do now? But that should have always been obvious. Greet my people. What's up, guys? And that's going to be a second place run on speedrun.com. All right, subscribe if you enjoyed. Bye.